together address these going forward. Nation building, national development is a shared responsibility, and so we ask that you all join us even as we strive for the betterment of our beautiful country, Ghana. Now, while at it, you know that you need to grow what you eat, and you need to eat what you grow. Anytime you buy an imported food, you're giving money to a foreigner somewhere. You're putting money into a foreign economy. You are investing into another person's country. But if you buy made in Ghana, if you buy grown in Ghana, then you are reducing the threat to the livelihood of a Ghanaian producer, a Ghanaian manufacturer, a Ghanaian farmer. And so it's important that we all come together to patronize made in Ghana, grown in Ghana, locally produced food, locally grown food. All right. It's for this reason that we've put together the Agri Fair. It's the second edition, and it's happening at the Afua Sutherland Children's Park here in Accra from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. And I say each day because it's a 3-day event. So we're starting on the 28th of November all the way to the 30th of November. So 28th, 29th, 30th at the Afua Sutherland Children's Park, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. So are you a farmer with fresh farm produce? Are you into poultry, livestock, aquaculture, fish farming? Do you have agric technology you want to display? Do you have some agric innovation you want to exhibit? This is a golden opportunity for you to showcase your produce, your product, your service to the rest of the world. And while at it, make some good sales, all right? So we want to see you there at the Agri Fair 2025 from Friday the 28th to Sunday the 30th of November at the Afua Sutherland Children's Park, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. Now, whether you are exhibiting or exploring, the Agri Fair is the place to be. So you get to experience the best in fresh fruits and vegetables, poultry and livestock, fish and aquaculture, agro inputs and machinery, and innovative agri-tech solutions. Plus, there's always a plus when it comes to a city event. There's always a plus when it comes to a Channel One event. There's always something extra that we throw in there. And so guess what? We're throwing in an agri-clinic, all right? Now, this agri-clinic is to help you who desires to go into a specific type of farming. So this year, or this particular edition, what are we looking at? We're looking at snail farming, all right? A number of people, a great many people, want to go into snail farming but have no idea how to start, no idea how to go about it. Come to the Agri Fair. We'll have a special agri clinic on snail farming. If you want to go into fish farming, also join us. Register for the Agri Clinic at the Agri Fair, and of course you get to learn a lot about fish farming. Then there's poultry production, okay? So you get to learn about poultry production as well. What type of cage, what type of battery, what type of bed is grown for what purpose, what type of temperature are you supposed to keep the chicks under. All of that will be available at the Agri Clinic at the Agri Fair. All right. Now there's also piggery. I know someone is smiling. Piggery. If you want to go into pig farming or pig growing, pig rearing, come to the Agri Fair, register for the Agri Clinic, and you get to learn a lot about piggery. So we want to see you there. All right. All you got to do is to call the number 0558 973 973. 0558 973 973. If you're looking to participate in the Agri Clinic, call the same number 0558 973 973. 0558 973 973. If you're looking to exhibit, same number 0558 973 973. Now, for those of you, the special class of you who have called, registered, but are yet to make the payment, I kid you not, if you do not make the payments ASAP, you lose or you miss the opportunity to exhibit at the Agri Fair, because the registrations are coming in fast and payments are chasing the registrations. Okay, So if you have called, you have made reservation or registration, you need to follow up with your payment now. This one, they won't tell you the truth, but me, I'm here, I'm doing kokonsa, I'm telling you. If you don't pay, that's it. Kaput. You've missed the opportunity. All right? So please, call them now, 0558 973 973, and arrange to make the payments today. Okay? You don't have any much more time or any more time to waste. You don't have any more time at all. So please, call now and follow up with the payments. So it's 2. You're calling to exhibit, register for participation or exhibition to be able to sell your produce or your products or your technology or your solutions, right? Same number, 0558 973 973. And then you're also calling to participate in the agri clinics. Same number, 0558 973 973. We get the opportunity to show or to showcase, exhibit to thousands of potential buyers. Thousands of potential buyers. Yesterday, you heard the Greek minister. Ghana, we are now going to ECOWAS and WFP to beg them for help because we cannot even pay for our own food that we have grown. There's glut, grain glut, egg glut, cereal glut. We are unable to pay for it. We are unable to absorb it, but we say we are doing free SHS. But this one, we are giving you available market. So the farmers, listen, available market for your fresh farm produce. Thousands of potential buyers will be at the Agri Fair from the 28th, 29th to the 30th of November. This weekend, it's not far. Just about 3 days more to go. So meet us there. But call, register, pay, and bring your produce, and let's help you sell them off. They say if you don't have hands to help you, you call me. I'll come and stand in your stall or your stand with you, and we'll do the sales. But just say, commission level. You understand? All righty. So we want to see you there at the Agri Fair. Of course, it's brought to you by Channel One TV and City FM. And it's proudly sponsored by Horticulture Business Platform, HBP, Development Bank Ghana, DBG, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, LCIC, Gersal, Ghana Exim Bank, and Agri Impact, as well as the IDH. And then we're supported by Trillium Industrial Company Limited. All right, so thank you to all these organizations. Horticulture Business Platform, HBP, IDH, Development Ghana, DBG, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, LCIC, Gersal, Ghana Exim Bank, Agri Impact, and of course to Trillium Industrial Company Limited for supporting us. We're grateful to you and we want to see everybody there. All right, so from the Agri Fair, what's next? Right after the Agri Fair, we are in the month of December. That's what I'm telling you, that the Agri Fair, and this one is Christmas Bonanza. Come and shop your Christmas goodies and go and store them in the house. When the burgers come, you prepare fresh soup and fresh stew for them. You understand? But on the 24th of December, bring all the burgers to the Good Park. It's near the Accra Mall. Because guess what's happening? It's the Situation All White Party 2025. You got to be there. You don't need to be told. It's an experience worth living. You got to revel, having worked so hard throughout the entire year. It's time to unwind, time to cool off, time to chill, time to party. And we've picked Christmas Eve, the 24th night, because we know that on the 25th, you got to relax with the family. You got to do a little church service and all. You do your fresh light soup with chicken that you bought from the Agri Fair and some tomatoes and pepper that you bought from the Agri Fair. And so we are leaving the 25th for you to chill with the family at home. But on the 24th of December, we are inviting you to join us for an all-white party dubbed the Situation All-White Party at the Good Park, which is near the Accra Mall, and gates open at exactly 8 p.m. 8 p.m. sharp. Now, here's the catch. Kofi Kinata will be there. Akwabua will be there. Perez Music will be there. Inchinchim Band will be there. And of course, DJ Mingle, not your regular DJ, will also be there. So it's all thrills, chills, and good vibes only. We want to see you there on the 24th of December at the Good Park near the Accra Mall. Gates open 8 p.m. Now be on the lookout, okay? Follow us on our socials. You see all the tables and of course the packages that come with it. We're uploading everything on our socials, so go check them out. Eventually we'll roll out communication. We'll engage you because some of you know you want some special treatment, so don't worry. We will like special things too, so we'll make special arrangements. You understand? But the important thing is that you mark it 24th December. You are not going anywhere because the only happening place in this our dear country Ghana is the Good Park, where the Situation All White Party will be happening. 24th December, 8 p.m. sharp. Kofi Kinata, Aquabua, Perez Music, Inchinchim Band, and of course a DJ Mingle. So let's see you there, and let's party together. Let's chill at the Situation All White Party. All right, so if you want to make reservations, call 025 973 973. 025 973 973. And register, of course, make your reservations. But the reservations, no, make payment too. Because as for situation, they are hot. See, the companies are buying corporate tables. They are buying in their numbers. So you can pool, okay? Come together with friends. Arrange, you understand, plan. Charlie, this Christmas day, you have to jam. So come together with you join about 8 friends, 7 friends, and come and buy a table, reserve a table, and come and let's chill. All right? We want to see you there at the Situation All White Party 2025. Call 0205 973 973. 0205 973 973. And make your table reservations, and let's see you there. It's party after party. Oh yeah. All right, let's get into the newspapers. Daily Graphic says, attaining food security, government ends seeds imports, farmers to get local varieties only from 2026. Attaining food security, government ends seeds imports, farmers to get local varieties only from 2026. Then you have the Chief of Staff speaking to men. He says, prioritize your health, exercise regularly. Prioritize your health, exercise regularly. Graphic Business, Stanbic Bank breakfast meeting today. MG Dialogue, experts share mixed views on lifestyle audit law. Okay. Backpage says, US reverses 15% tariff on cocoa products and others. That's according to Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, Minister for Foreign Affairs. And then you have Ghana secures $81.92 million World Bank fund for agric inputs. Minister tells Parliament. So that's the Daily Graphic newspaper. Let me take you to the Ghanaian Times. What's the Ghanaian Times saying? Be transparent and accountable in managing state resources. Speaker tells public servants. Be transparent and accountable in managing state resources. Speaker tells public servants. Adopt ADR to hasten dispute resolution. That's the Chief Justice Bafuboni speaking there. Ghana to save over $127 million annually from restrictions on raw rubber exports. Some good news there. We know that the rubber people have been complaining about the export of rubber in its raw state. So at least the budget as presented by the finance minister puts an embargo on the export of raw rubber. So some good news there. We understand we'll be saving some $127 million annually. That's some good news. Health financing system risk collapse from NCD's burden. Okay, that's according to Dr. Entry. Health financing system risk collapse from NCD's, that's non-communicable diseases burden. So that's Ghanaian Times newspaper. Let me take you to the Daily Guide. Daily Guide says, Mahama to remove EC chair and deputies. Daily Guide. You know that a staff of the EC has petitioned the president for the removal. The way you've captured the thing is like, it's a done deal. Or you know something we don't know? Please tell us. All right. Small scale mining contributes 53% gold, $9 billion forex. That's according to Sami Jamfi, CEO of the Gold Board. 2, get life in prison for killing cop. Okay. US lifts 15% tariffs on Ghana's agric products. Court orders Pandai parliamentary polls rerun. Court orders Pandai parliamentary polls rerun. So that's the Daily Guide newspaper. Let's get to the Chronicle. John Mahama's Gold Board magic delivers 90 tons and rakes in $9 billion. John Mahama's Gold Board magic delivers 90 tons and rakes in $9 billion. Fire on Muete Hills. Tai Kwame and Yukonya clan battle for control of lands. Fire on Muete Hills. Tai Kwame and Yukonya clan battle for control of lands. A scripture for today is from Proverbs 20, verse 3. It is an honor for a man to keep aloof from strife, but every fool will be quarreling. It is an honor for a man to keep aloof from strife, but every fool will be quarreling. That's the Chronicle newspaper. Let's go to the New Republic. New Republic says Oforiatta's trial in limbo. SML demands probe into OSP mismanagement case. Natoshi ignites NPP civil war. Primpag backs Mahama's media fund revival. Eric Opoku's irrigation drive revives Akufo-Addo flops. PAG demands 85% stake in lithium. Urge Parliament to reject deal. Okay, so that's the New Republic. Let's go to the Insight. Insight is here, and it says, Mahama Cares pops up at International Men's Day. Mahama Cares pops up at International Men's Day as Ghana's presidency leads charge for men's health and well-being. Nada and corruption. NPP's Asa Kennedy writes and chases ex-president to the Pra River. So NADA is the, if you like, the abbreviation for Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. His Excellency, the former president of Ghana. We understand the NPP's Asa Kennedy is chasing the ex-president to the Pra River. When you get a copy of the paper, you understand what's going on. All right. Deteriorating Asipon Sports Stadium needs urgent attention. That's according to the Sports and Recreation Minister, Kofi Idi Adams. Going green is the new way, says Alhaji Salamu Amadu as he leads youth-focused EV initiative. NHIA projects over 120% increase in tariffs to boost service delivery in 2026, with healthcare providers set to get more funds under financing reforms. And you have Ghana Post CEO unveils vision for sustainable and inclusive postal system. Ayawaso West sets new benchmark in digital municipal governance. So that's the Insights newspaper. Let me quickly take you online and bring you some stories from channel1newsonline.com. channel1newsonline.com. AG's over concentrated powers undermine Ghana's fight against corruption. IMF warns. AG's over concentrated powers undermine Ghana's fight against corruption. IMF warns. Ghana seeks EU support for UN resolution on transatlantic slave trade. Ghana seeks EU support for UN resolution on transatlantic slave trade. Temadowenya dualization to be completed in 2 years. That's according to the Roads Minister Kwame Governs Agboja. Again, he's here. Says government finalizing financing model for Accra Kumasi Expressway. You know, he sat with Bernard Avle on the Point of View last night, right here on Channel 1 television. And so a number of stories from that conversation. He says government is finalizing financing model for Accra Kumasi Expressway. And then again, he said Agboja Hills, City FM, and Channel 1 TV for highlighting Pokwase and Nsawam Road crisis. Agboja Hills, City FM, and Channel 1 TV for highlighting Pokwase and Nsawam Road crisis. Again, Accra Kumasi dualization started prematurely. That's still Kwame Governs Agboja speaking. Accra Kumasi dualization started prematurely. Door for negotiation closed. Striking CTAG tells government. Door for negotiation closed. Striking CTAG tells government. I am not afraid of a rerun. That's the Pandai MP, Matthew Yindam, speaking there. I'm not afraid of a rerun. Constitutional Review Committee briefs Mahama on progress. And then you have Trump's removal of 15% tariff restores Ghana's export competitiveness. This is IEAG, Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana. MOFA, as the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, installs 20 automated weather stations. Government distributes 720,000 birds to farmers in 12 districts. And then you have Kumasi Soil Lab retooled to meet international standards. That's according to Eric Opoku, the Minister for Food and Agriculture. Now I'm taking you to citynewsroom.com. Citynewsroom.com. EU to Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire. Accelerate cocoa reforms or risk market losses. Accelerate cocoa reforms or risk market losses. That's the EU speaking to Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire. IMF is here, says chronic underfunding, political influence undermine Ghana's anti-corruption efforts. Chronic underfunding and political influence undermine Ghana's anti-corruption efforts. Group to march to Jubilee House to demand Kisie Jaben's removal. Diversified growth pushes Ghana's economy into expansion mode. That's according to the Bank of Ghana. Fitch projects policy rate drop to 16.5% by 2026. Government in talks with ECOWAS and WFP to mop up excess grains. That's according to the Agric Minister Eric Opoku. Governs Kwame Agboja is here. City FM and Channel 1 TV's advocacy spurred action on Pokwase and Nsawam Road. Thank you. Kaswa Winneba Road to be completed June 2026. Again, Roads Minister Kwame Governs Agboja speaking. AG defends Wesley Girls' SHS policies in religious freedom case. AG defends Wesley Girls' SHS policy, or Wesley Girls' SHS policies in religious freedom case. CTAG slams NLC over inaction as nationwide strike begins. And EC staffer behind petition for Jean Mensah's removal interdicted. So go online, you get the details there. citynewsroom.com as well as channel1newsonline.com. Go and check out these stories as well as several others, or you can download the Channel 1 News app from the Google Play Store, and voila, you're good to go. Stay with us. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll begin the news review segment.
Santa, all I want this holiday
is special family time.
Whenever you come around family, you can find love.
To go on an adventure.
Tickets to every game.
Some giggles.
And a puppy.
Let's go!
Yippee!
This holiday, simply stay connected and get all you want on DSTV, your home of entertainment.
Papa no no, 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 Ankasa. Polita is everywhere, durable and authentic. Stronger
Pano and Asa.
Attention all State Housing Company Limited homeowners, landowners and clients. From November 3rd to December 31st, 2025, the State Housing Company Limited is giving you a 15% discount on all outstanding payments.
Oh yes. Pay less on your ground rent, land regularization, lease renewals, consents to develop or assign and service charges, and secure your ownership today.
Visit any SHC office nationwide to make your payments in full to benefit from the 15% discount.
You can locate the State Housing Company Limited at Ring Road West, adjacent STC Yard and Accra Digital Center.
For more information, visit our website www.statehousing.gov.gh or call 0302-221-422 or 0552-725-656 or 0503-083-393. Remember, this offer ends December 31st, 2025. Don't wait, pay less today.
Uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
I'm
The second coming.
Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswati. Why wouldn't he be late? Or being late?
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. Yeah, you go be the luckiest. Copy from Georgia be luckiest. From not the cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be that luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God apple boom. If you put it so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Ha! Even now, your shadow the way designer.
I use my own mouth to reject him. Oh, this is my mouth. Look at that.
Kwame, my son. Now, tell me the truth. How did this all happen?
Oh, mommy, simple direction. Mr. Goodluck no check me way.
Yeah,
man.
Easy kwa. Or dial star 712 hash.
The devil is a liar.
He picked his ticket and entered his lucky 5-digit number.
I'm his baby.
Oh, how romantic.
And he followed the prompts. Yes. And then boom, confirmation test.
One quick, pick 5 numbers for me, okay? I'm feeling like 7.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the
You see how they love you now?
Yo, do you have family payment seminar? Before December, may release a motivational album. Fatapa, my super.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the winner, President and Chair of the Board of the Trade Finance Bank of Africa, Afrexim Bank, Professor Benedict O. Rama.
In navigating financial challenges in our region for sustainable development, when we look at challenges, we also know that challenge is one side of a coin. You have challenges, we also have opportunities. And that is why Afrexim Bank has grown the fastest in times of crisis.
I also thank organizers for considering me worthy of this prestigious award, which I will cherish all through my life.
The Africa Prosperity Champions Awards APCA and Presidential Gala Dinner unites visionaries from heads of state, business leaders, social change makers to innovators to celebrate African excellence in order to encourage a new generation of leaders. More than an awards ceremony, this event declares that Africa's narrative is one of triumph and prosperity. We celebrate a new story where African solutions guide us forward. Each honor exemplifies the vast potential of our continent. The 4th edition of the Africa Prosperity Champions Awards and Presidential Gala Dinner takes place on February 6, 2026 at the Kempinski Gold Coast Hotel in Accra, Ghana. To attend, you may contact +233 536 098325 or send an email to protocol@africaprosperity.network. You may also visit africaprosperitynetwork.com for your tickets now.
Hello there. Grateful that you stayed on with us. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television, and we're getting into the news review segment. We're going to have an interesting conversation this morning on some topical issues. We invite you to join us by sending us your thoughts, your comments, and contributions via the WhatsApp number on your screens. Join us on socials. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube. We are very, very interactive on X, very engaging on IG, that's Instagram. You get to enjoy some video content from Channel 1 TV as well as on TikTok. All right, so let us know what your thoughts are. But quickly, let me say good morning to the gentlemen in the studio, and then we can zoom straight into our business of the day. Lamtig Apanga is the Deputy CEO of the Gaming Commission. Good morning. Good to have you.
Good morning, my brother. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Great,
I trust you're well.
Good, very well.
Awesome. Dr. Dixon Adomaku Kisi is a former member of parliament for the good people of Anyasotum. Honorable, welcome.
Thank you.
Good to have you. And then we have Larry Dogbe. He's the editor of the Herald newspaper. Bossman, I took the managing away. I hope there's no problem.
No.
Managing editor.
Even there's no certificate attached to it.
Okay. So you are free. GTech won't come after you. Very well, gentlemen. It's good to have you in the studio. Yesterday, there was a big one. In fact, it started spinning somewhere around the weekend. We saw some activists projecting or predicting a by-election coming up. Little did we know that the High Court sitting in Tamale was going to declare a rerun of the Pandai parliamentary elections. Matthew Nyindam is the member of parliament, and his election was contested, and the court has ruled that EC organizes a rerun of that election in 30 days. Doc, how did we get here?
Well, let me do the needful thing of saying good morning to your many listeners. In fact, every time I leave here, listeners and viewers, actually, anytime I leave here, I get a lot of interesting feedback from your program. So kudos to it.
Thank you.
And then also the code cards, interesting, but yeah, we'll get into that later. But I'm troubled by this High Court decision, especially in the wake of the fact that I thought that election-related petitions and court cases were to be dealt with in a very quick time. I mean, this is 10 months plus after the election. I'm very curious as to why the delay. When there's been cascading events, this man has been confirmed, gone through all of this, and this is a serious psychological trauma to not just the person in question, but to the entire constituency. I mean, you're putting them through such an unfortunate thing, and this timeline of 30 days. What really amounted to this? Is it the incompetence of the EC, or what really happened? I haven't read the ruling entirely, but I'm deeply concerned. I thought, in view of some of the happenings, the presidential had some time limit, and the parliamentary should have also had some time limit in terms of if there are any court cases that need to be dealt with. Granted, this is very different from Kweson's situation, which was more of like the state against Kweson. Pandai, there was a former MP who was NDC, and as it stands, it swung. Well, I thought it swung to the MPP, and for the court to bring this. What happens after is for the Electoral Commission to serve notice to the Speaker of Parliament, and then the Speaker will then declare the seat vacant, which then I think will trigger all the other things. I'm told that the MPP is entirely not happy with this decision. It begs the question, are we going to participate or not.
Well, the individual, Matthew Nyindam, says he will, although he's filed notices of appeal and a stay of execution.
Well, that one.
He says he's not afraid of a rerun. He will contest.
We need to be very careful based on the Ablekuma North situation. What's the party stand? What's the candidate stand? It has to be married carefully. And you know, the leverage that the NDC has as in being the party in power, and the fact that citizenry, once they know that the government is in another party's hand, tend to now want to flow with government in power so that they can get low-hanging fruits from the government. So that leverage is always a problem. And I must admit, as it stands now, even in your strongest hold, if you're not careful, and you have a by-election now.
The stronghold is so strong.
Listen, I'm here. Let me admit, Domi Kabinya fell.
Yeah.
Okay. So now the politics in this country is almost as if there are no strongholds. The politics of this country.
Someone said the NDC can fail the candidate in the MPP presidential primaries and win.
No, that as for that one. La. It will happen. But in all truthfulness, I think the court has done a disservice to the people in that, you know, sometimes there should be a balancing act where the judiciary would ask, what good will come out of this? You know, what good really?
The public good.
You know, no. Let's be very.
Public policy.
Yeah, I mean, and woe betides this court who's trying to put us at 86 seats. I'm deeply concerned, but more important, I think that I'm hoping to see the party stand and the candidate stand merge so that the things are settled. Because this variance between what the candidate wants and what the party wants is a bit, unfortunate. But be it as it may, by-elections is not a one-man show.
True.
And he certainly will need the backing of the party machinery to be able to marshal the needed forces under the NDC regime, which, as we all know, once you're in power, you certainly have access to, matchsticks and the likes, which cutlasses. I don't know what the main thing in Kwandai is, if it's farming or
farming.
If it's farming, then fertilizers and things like that. So. And those things, whether you like it or not, can induce the voters. And like I said, just by virtue of you informing voters that, listen, our government is in power, though we don't need the extra seat, we are coming for it. And these are the benefits you get having a member of parliament doing business with your government in power.
Right.
And those things can be so powerful to the simplest voter. It's like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And the key reason why we always run presidential and parliamentary at the same time, to avoid this leverage, or as it is, overreaching. And to be under the best of circumstances, even the likes of Afenyomark, and I'm not saying that we're going after his seat, but as powerful as he is, if he goes and meets this temptation, I would hope that he prays that thing that Christ did at the top. He said, "Do not tempt your Lord, your God." This one, the judges are tempting the MPP, and to a large extent. I'm deeply concerned. I'm deeply concerned in terms of the delay. 10 good months. this person has settled in and, is working. Beyond losing your seat through death, or some technicalities in terms of changing your own party, it's very complex. Should the party not agree to run the election based on principle, then the MP current may have to go independent. That's another route. But he has to weigh all of these options and based on conviction, which someone also had in Ablekuma North, go at it. But it's not going to be easy, especially because of the leverage that the other former MP has. I think his name was Wakpao, I forgot it.
Yeah, Daniel Insala Wakpao.
Yeah.
Insala Wakpao.
Yeah, my goodness. I thought he even made it. I didn't know he was not in Parliament. Interesting. So this is another test. But in the future, I hope that these things are dealt with in rapid time. 30, 60 days or so that we have closure.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seep into all kinds of things. Because this one, the emolument processes, all of this complicates. And most of them have received their SUVs and things like that.
They received it already.
Yeah, and you're paying
a
your
loan.
deduction. Yeah, so it's all of these
so
things.
So do you pass it or no? Or what do you do?
Well, let's see how it goes.
You can take it and then pay back.
Pay off.
Pay off.
So then if the NDC candidate wins, he
that's a different.
He also have his own arrangement.
It's a separate contract.
Very well.
So it's a very complex thing. And I know the Speaker of Parliament, listen, quite frankly, he'll do what he has to do. Once the Electoral Commission sends him notice that they are running the election, whether the MPP will contest or not, they are running. And Jean Mensa has no other choice based on the High Court's decision.
Very well.
Yeah.
Very well. The difference between Nyindam and Wakpao in the election was just about 3,000. So Nyindam won by 20.
Apparent, based on the company's now.
Won by 27,000.
No, what I'm saying is that, well,
Matthew Nyindam won by 27,947. And Insala Wakpao, 24,213. Wakpao went to court based on irregularities he suspects in 51 out of the 152 polling stations.
Wow.
At the court order is for a rerun of the entire constituency. If the court had ordered a rerun in the 41 polling stations in the constituency, would it have made a difference?
Good morning to you again, and good morning to your listeners. Let me, before I even come into the substantive issue, to congratulate our legal team for the good job that they've done so far. You know that we've had some election petitions, particularly in parliamentary seats, pending prior to right after the elections. And because the media has not been following happenings in court, most people think that some of these cases have been either been abandoned or have been withdrawn or are not being contested. But it is actually being contested. And what I associate myself with the comment of my brother that the delay may be a bit unnecessary and create a bit of problems for all of us, because when you're already in the system and have settled, it's quite difficult to now go back and then go what you may call factory setting. But then it is much of an improvement than what we've had before. Because if you remember very well, I was so woken.
Some cases
Rebecca,
before.
yes, Rebecca Adote contested Amu, George Amu, and for 4 years, the decision was made at the end of the term.
Of the tenure of the MP.
And so it made no, well, I would not want to, I would call it system failure.
Okay.
But there's now a better improvement in the system, and we have seen it in less than a year. At least a decision has been made.
Right.
We would have wished that decision would have come maybe in a month or perhaps in 3 months, so that we'll save the time, the inconvenience, and everything that comes along with it. But it is what it is, so we have to move on. Now, because we don't have the benefit of the full judgment of the courts, except for the decision or the order for the rerun, we are unable to assess what exactly went into the court decision to call for an entire rerun. It may perhaps be the case that the court was seized with facts and evidence that supports the fact that there's a need for a rerun.
Use the word overwhelming. Overwhelming fact.
Perhaps. Of course, in favor of
the ruling is in favor of one camp, so clearly.
The victorious party. And of course, we need to congratulate the gentleman who went to court. What we need to even do more is to appreciate the fact that nobody took up to the streets and that we felt that it was necessary to go to court. It's a much healthier, safer, and a civil way to settle disputes than to hit the road, bend ties, block road, cause mayhem, go and burn places. This is much better. And I think to both parties, even with the losing party, it's a good opportunity, and I'm glad that
the rerun has not happened. So
no, not the rerun. Talking about going to court alone and being able to go through the process successfully and seeing it to the end. I mean, the respondent or the defendant could have decided not to participate, could have decided not to even bring himself to court. But he has done so, and so we should be able to welcome the two parties that they've done well in participating in the judicial process, even though we hope that it would have been done much earlier. But come to your issue about why the difference. Our conversation will be much informed when we have the judgment, when we know exactly what are the reasons why the judge made this determination. But the most important thing is that the court has nullified that election, has called for a rerun. The gentleman has expressed his desire to contest, which tells you that he strongly believes that he won the election. And I'm glad that the NDC candidate is given an opportunity to contest now. You know, in other cases, you could actually use the irregularities to nullify and declare a party as a winner. Do you understand? But that will perhaps give one party an unfair advantage.
And overreaching.
But now, exactly, but now the court is giving all of them a new page, go and contest. Even though to some extent it's not very good for, because it takes a lot of money, it takes a lot of resources to contest an election. But it's an opportunity. If you say the elections were flawed with a lot of irregularities, let's go out there and then rerun the elections and see who wins. And I'm sure, of course, we've seen it. My brother has said it here. It's not just a question of advantage that we have as a ruling government, but it's also the fact that the government is performing well.
Right.
The government is performing well.
It's testament to the good governance of John.
Of course, we've seen it. We've seen it.
Metrics for
having seen the city's performance.
Where is the new defense minister?
You don't need to.
For me, governance.
You don't need to remind us of the painful demise of the defense minister. But then you know that sometimes there is a caretaker.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. It's very normal of the elephants to find them all over the place. It's okay. It's okay. You come
over the umbrella.
Come on the umbrella and find solace.
Now it looks like the elephant is under the umbrella.
No. It is. It's impossible.
The umbrella is giving the elephant shape.
There's no umbrella big enough for the elephant.
Really?
No umbrella big enough.
What of a marquee?
An umbrella is an umbrella.
We swag our hand.
Absolutely. Let's get back to the issues.
Very well, I'm thinking.
So my point is that we need to welcome this development. It is good. And it's also a reflection that, I mean, the hope we have in winning the election, come by any by-election, is the fact that it's a reflection of the performance of the government. I mean, we've seen it in the performance of the economy. We've seen it, the fact that the government promised that will run the administration with 60 ministers and is doing so with even under 60 ministers.
And Galamsey.
Of course, and we've seen the fight against Galamsey. We said we'll end Galamsey. And we are fighting Galamsey. It's not as though we are sleeping over it or we are getting involved as your party members were caught pants down, fully involved, deeply involved. You understand?
I didn't say gold borders, legalized Galamsey.
No,
I didn't say that.
No, you don't have to feed it that narrative. I mean, you know that. Of course, you know that. And so I'm glad that, I mean, this development has come up. We welcome it. We wait to see what the Speaker will do, and then the EC. But what is concerned?
The EC upon being served.
EC has been served. I've seen documents showing that the EC has been served. EC will notify the Speaker. Speaker will declare the seat vacant.
I mean Tuesday. Sorry.
What may be an outstanding issue is the pending application for stay and then notice of appeal. But since the applicant himself says that he's going to participate, I don't.
He says he's not afraid of a rerun. Yeah.
So let's see what the coming days will be. Yes.
Well, I mean, we wait to see the ruling of the court itself. And
yes.
I mean, based on that, because I asked about the statistics in there, because of the dynamics also. The 41 polling stations that were being contested, in which area in Pandai are they? And whose stronghold?
What's the size?
You get it. And what are the numbers from there? If we add it on, will it make a difference? You see, would all those dynamics will come to play.
They will look at all of this.
Yeah, but at this
when
stage,
they do the ruling.
At this stage, it matters not. The court have decided. So that is just perhaps a discussion to exercise our brains.
But it will feed into the court's decision.
And it makes it difficult for them to grant the stay, especially when they've gone beyond the 41. I mean, that means they are very clear in your mind.
And
but how many of
the
people agreed to I mean, how many people were seated and paneled for the High Court? Do we know?
No. Usually, a single judge sits there. A single judge sits on this issue.
Anyways, let me come to you, Larry.
But okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
I have an interesting story about Pandai. Which is this? Wakpa was my senior in Bishop Herman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And if you know Wakpa very well, when he grabs something, he will die with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he will die with it. I have my own stories with Wakpa. He was a compound overseer, deputy, actually. So you can see the characters who become compound overseers, because I mean,
they'll be on you.
Yeah, very robotic. Yeah. They don't know senior Abek. They'll die with you.
Straight.
Oh yeah.
They won't bend for you.
Even when your mother comes, forget it. Wakpa.
IGP.
Hard guy.
Oh yeah, hard guy. Wakpa. Anyway, there's another story which I don't want to talk about now. But Wakpa, he's a very tough guy. And so I'm not surprised that, he's taking this position. Particularly when he believes that he's right. He will die with you. Yeah. So I'm not surprised at all. But as you said, we don't have the benefit of the judgment.
Sure.
Why Wakpa will apply for the rerun in the 41 constituency. Sorry, polling stations. However, the judge in question gave a rerun for for the constituency. But having said that, this is not the first time that a rerun is being ordered. Apparently, in Kwanta, there was a rerun sometime 1996, and then at Tebubu, a maintain 2004 due to violence. The other one, that is in Kwanta one, that was irregularity and then logistics. And then Akwetia, 6 polling stations were supposed to be rerun. I think in 2008, violence, ballots, snatching. Esutifi South, partial rerun, disturbance. Then 2020, Senate.
That's Collins Lauda?
Yes, for Esutifi South. Then Senate 2020, 1 police station rerun, ballot snatching. I think recently to Akwetia again, there was also a by-election.
That was
death.
Okay, that was death. Okay. So
Quasin.
Yes, and then
rerun.
Quasin, rerun.
Asing.
Yes.
Yeah.
South also.
South.
So, this is not the first time. Now, I think that there's this point we need to make quite strongly. What does the EC, or what's the program for EC after every election? Do they sit down to say that, we are reviewing what we have done. Here we fell short. Okay, here, we did well. So that going forward, we know what to do, how to do it, so that we wouldn't be having issues of this nature. You get it? We've been at this since 1992. But even 1992 is not when the first election was held in this country. Way back, Kwame Nkrumah and, his people went through elections and so on to become a prime minister or thereabout. So it's something we need to perfect. Okay, we watch other countries and how they run their stuff. We've also been told within that the courts are there to help. The police, are on, red alert to intervene if issues of such nature happens. But very often, we don't get to see the benefits of all the money that we pump into this particular thing. EC, after declaring results, goes to bed. Then the court will have to be called upon to say that, listen, look at this particular situation. Today, Dixon is talking about, or suggested that it's because NDC is in office, that is why the courts are, virtually granting other things.
No, I didn't say that.
You suggested.
Are you inferring?
Is that?
Are you drawing inference?
It's not my inference. That is what he suggested.
Today I haven't gone after the court at all.
In fact, you made comments to that
effect.
That what? Oh, what? That what?
The courts appear to be.
To be what?
To be pleasing NDC people.
In fact, you even sounded a warning. I wanted to draw attention, but let it slide. You said, woe unto that court.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, you actually did. You said, woe unto that court, which was more or less a warning of an effect.
Contempt of court.
Oh. I mean, I don't think he meant it, so I tried not to let it.
I agree with you.
A big issue, yes.
I
don't want to get my brother into unnecessary trouble.
Yes,
maybe his lawyer and some fees.
He has some good.
No, my whole point was that the judiciary should be a bit careful in trying to take us to 40.
No, there's
no. I don't think it's fair to say that they should be careful.
It's very cautious.
There's no point in being cautious. They are following the law. Their duty is to follow the law.
Yeah.
If we think that there's any breach of the law or they've gone contrary to the law, we have rights as the right of appeal, we have right to petition, we have right to do a lot of things. What we need to say is perhaps to call on the Chief Justice to improve on the systems for election challenges and petitions so that we would have quicker outcomes.
I said that.
Yes, which I agree, but not to make it look like it is the individual judge or, if you appreciate the way the court system works, it may be in my advantage as a lawyer for someone who is in occupation to prolong a case, to drag the case, to file for adjournment, bring in processes, bring in appeals, go for stay, all the things that you can do. But there are limits to what you can do.
The chamber has to
now, if you put in systems that allows us to review some of those things and even gives quicker responses, so if you file any appeal to the Court of Appeal, it should take 7 days for it to be heard, and then the decision should be made. I mean, we have seen an expert application filed by Fenyo Markins on the same day, heard on the same day, granted on the same day.
I didn't support it.
You didn't support it.
So just as we are able to see that quick action from the courts, we may want to see that there's some system that allows us to be able to do this pretty faster and quicker and tidy, so that we don't have issues like this in our hands.
Especially for me with corruption-related cases.
They
need to be
Forensics
expedited.
takes time. Forensic accounting takes time.
So as I was saying, that we make so many promises during let's say before the election. Okay, and then it's monetary whatever is put on some of these things. The courts are there. I'm sure if we pick any of the newspapers right now, we will see promises that the Chief Justice then made as far as the election is concerned. We'll also see promises that the EC also made before the 2024 election. We'll also see what the IGP then talked about as far as law enforcement is concerned. We can't have, these institutions working in silos. They need to work together, okay, so that issues of this nature will be addressed. You recall this Amewu, the Amewu matter.
Sao.
Yeah, Sao. Where a whole...
Guan.
Yes.
Same.
Well, 4 communities were
deprived of representation.
Yeah, and it took 4 years to do that. I mean, when we all...
Strategic 4 years.
Thanks to his government.
Yeah, all we need to do is, flout this particular aspect of the Constitution. And then we trigger a process. Somebody else will, will flout one. And then you also flout it. Yeah. And we make, we just make nonsense of that particular document that is supposed to guarantee our freedom, our rights, and then our responsibilities. When we continue that, we are running into trouble.
True.
Okay, institutions of this nature that are resourced, that are supposed to guarantee one thing or the other and get the system running, should be working together. Not that we go today, this one, we are not respecting it. The other one, we are just doing the thing just for...
To add to your thing, not to take your time.
We've already taken it.
I am always worried when, for instance, the universities are dependent on the students to provide them with their results slip. I'm wondering why WAEC cannot, like in terms of some of these internal matters, or an institution asking me for my tax clearance when in fact government gives me that from NHIS. Those things are so I mean,
so for instance, the bank has access to your voter's ID and even Ghana card.
And when you go there, they're asking for it.
They want to see it and then just run it through their system and it pops up. If it's original or fake.
That one I can agree to test it.
To test it.
But sometimes when they are demanding from you, and let me just put it out there, the Ghana Armed Forces is demanding students to have their WAEC, whatever.
Slips.
Listen, why don't you have the names? Go and put a letter to WAEC and get it. Because you'd rather give people a chance to corrupt your data. So
but if there's a cost involved, the armed forces wouldn't want to bear that cost. Because mind you,
people are paying
it's not
for
all applicants who will eventually be enlisted.
No, people are paying 200 and something for this thing. Then cost it well.
No, but then what's the role of the applicant? You also have a duty to play. You have a part to play in
but then you bought a voucher, and out of that voucher, something can be put on it, so that then you would have paid in advance.
Listen, the stampede came out of document verification.
No.
I mean,
that's what they are there for.
Body screening and everything.
But that's my key point. That why don't we make life easy for ourselves?
The documents could have been verified online.
It can't be done. You understand? So my key point here is that
digitization.
We need to act with synergy in this country and make our lives easy. As people carry on. Sorry.
So just to conclude, I think that state institutions need to work together.
Synergy.
And also that as a people, we also have to cooperate. Because I think the politics is becoming one to...
Everything
has been politicized. Everything has been politicized. And we've played this thing several times over. We've been here. It's something that, what are the requirements? You get it? What are the requirements? This is what you're supposed to do. That is why you've been given this form. It's gone through this process, it's gone through that process, it's gone through that process. Can we respect it? Do you get it? Can we respect the procedure? So at the bottom of most of this rerun has to do with procedure. Sometimes, other times, then you have people, who during the counting stage, when the thing is not going well, then quickly, then they spark violence. You get it? But with the nature of whatever it is that we have run all this while, when we have police deployed to a lot of these polling stations and so on. what are the police doing to arrest these people? Very often, have you noticed also that during election, people are arrested, but nobody is prosecuted?
We don't see the end of it.
Sometimes they do, but we don't have a lot of media covering it. And sometimes a lot of things happen in court. They either will go and plead guilty and they take a fine, or the case gets adjourned, or we don't even have witnesses to pursue the matter. But there are a few times that they are actually prosecuted to the end. But you know, the media, the euphoria is usually at the beginning when everybody is following. But after a while, when there are adjournments and other things, it doesn't attract the attention again of the media. But some of them go on.
I mean, maybe viewers can help us with one individual who has been prosecuted and
for an election-related
offense, violence. We've had many of it, okay? And then people are arrested. Either the police forgets about it, or people have a way of commercializing.
You asked for example. I mean, we saw Blickmanov. The gentlemen were taken to court, they were fined, and then they paid. I mean, we may question whatever we want to question, but then that is what happened.
Oh, you believe there are questions?
I say you may want to. That is what it is. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's Ablekuma, because I'm sure it's because of the what you call it, how that whole process went.
Yes.
Okay. And then the individuals involved. How Akumsin, and then the flying guy.
Superman.
Yeah.
Superman.
Shaolin.
Superman.
Yes. But how about Legon? Ayawaso West Wogon. People were.
There was a commission of inquiry for that.
Okay. Who was prosecuted? Nobody was prosecuted.
No, there was recommendations.
Yeah.
Which was at the behest of the law enforcement.
Okay.
And we can question why law enforcement probably did not do A or B.
Well, this interior minister has directed that the recommendations be implemented. So we are waiting to see what will become.
Okay. How about this one?
Stalensi, Tolon, Domikwa, even
Akwetia. People carrying ballot boxes that had nothing to do with illegal ballot boxes.
Yeah.
That they were caught with, the ballot boxes smashed, contents burnt, and everything. I recall we sat on your show during the election.
Yeah.
We saw, we heard stories. We saw people. There were instances where people were handed over to the police. Later, when the police officers were questioned, they were rather pleading for
fear of victimization.
Yeah,
so
they were pleading for the
exactly
for the should I say suspects? They were pleading for them. The police. You get it. I mean,
but I mean, in wrapping up on this conversation, should the courts bother themselves with the, if you like, aftermath of some of these things and sanctions? Because I'm asking because there should be consequences. It comes at a cost to organize a rerun. It comes at a cost to go into any election. And like Doc said, the party's position as against the individual candidate's position, whichever way it is, there is cost involved. So should the court bother itself with some of these consequences? And I'm pointing this in the direction of the EC. Because in this particular matter, the Form 8A is where the whole issue is from. And that is a responsibility of who?
What does the Form 8? What does that?
You should record
the pink sheet.
The pink sheets.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's where
it's a summary of the entire election. So even to provide more information on what we were discussing earlier on about the 41 police stations that have resulted in the entire, it also was born out of the reliefs that the parties were looking for, the petitioner was seeking for. The petitioner sought to say that there were challenges or irregularities with 41 polling stations, and also asked that, and among other things, among the relief sought that because of the declaration and the irregularities, the entire elections run was faulty, and that it should be nullified. So it is born out of the release the person is seeking for. But in matters where we expect the court to make recommendations or perhaps sanctions parties, in civil cases, the court deals with what is before you.
True.
The court may make recommendations, may seek to go into those matters, but it is difficult for the court to sanction certain parties if that is not before the court. Unless after this we are able to establish that the particular EC officer acted in a manner that ought to
but
and that would be
the EC's domain.
Yes.
The EC itself should be seen to have taken action based on reportage. The EC could not overturn the declaration by themselves. In fact, that is how the Constitution arranges. That once you declare, to overturn or change, it has to be done by the court.
Yes.
So they were, once the declaration had gone through, they couldn't reverse it.
Yes.
So, and that's why in other cases or scenarios where we felt that the EC had declared, undeclared, were wrong. And
I mean, once you declare, that is it. You can't
it's not in your
So we've seen it in the Supreme Court in the election petition, where the Supreme Court made certain recommendations, and that is how far the court can go. But if we want to take it a step further, where persons who perhaps may have, we can say, have caused us extra costs in all this, then we have to establish that those persons acted out of their official capacity, and then a new process have to begin altogether. You may want to file a petition to the police, you may want the police to investigate, and then perhaps put the person before a court to be sanctioned and all that.
That's EC's
But
work.
there are administrative processes that the EC, I'm sure that the EC should have a process that allows them to take reports from every constituency, because the returning officer should be able to file a report of the work that they did, and then make recommendations, observations. And don't forget that the election observers also come around, they also see what goes on, they also file their recommendations. All that should feed into a bigger report that the EC will consider. Don't forget, we have come this far based on certain reports we've received. We used to vote in opaque ballot boxes. We came to the point of using transparent boxes.
We
used to
the MPP.
I don't think so. Don't forget that. Don't forget that.
Ballot box. That one. Rollins would even attest to it.
They don't see the legal environment that was created before.
What about the midwife who gave birth to the child? You're talking about the one who circumcised the child. What about the one who gave birth to the child?
It's only when the baby dies.
But please, let's put on record that the MPP has contributed largely to making electioneering more transparent. Likewise, but a lot of the ideas in terms of transparent ballot box, in terms of pink sheeting, I mean, duplication and all that. We've done quite a bit. Give it to us.
The democratic ecosystem involves all of us. We are all actors. The MPP did not act in isolation. The MPP did so, and there was a system that allowed them to do it. There was also cooperation on the other side. There was compliance of court orders. You should appreciate the fact that it is a complete system. And don't sit and take credit for.
But can they take credit for being the initiators?
We all must take credit for how far the country has grown. We must take credit for the participation, the involvement, and the roles we have played significantly.
Give us credit.
Why do you deserve credit on this?
It's a major thing. I mean, especially transparent ballot boxes. Hey, it's major.
You want credit on everything. Electoral reforms, economy.
No, take credit for
international best practices. You couldn't be doing
the same old thing.
The world has moved on to a point, and you are still saying that we
even what do you call it?
Indelible ink.
Not just the ink. The bio verification. Fantastic.
That's it.
We all
let me take a few quick messages and then we'll move on to other matters. Aminu from Nsawam says, we don't need a prophet to see that there's considerable suspicion surrounding the court's decision to order a rerun of the Pandai parliamentary election. My question is, a petition was filed asking the judge to nullify the results of about 40 polling stations, yet the judge ended up nullifying the entire constituency's results and ordering a fresh election.
Tell Aminu to wait for the
but even that, the 41 was the premise for the petitioner to ask for the nullification of the entire constituency.
So it's a relief.
So
the petitioner,
it's a relief sought by the petitioner that was granted or upheld by the court. So I mean,
so he demanded for the nullification of the whole.
So he said that there were irregularities in 41, and as a result of that, the declaration that was made was not in compliance with the LI, and for that reason, the entire result should be nullified and a rerun should be declared.
Right. So I mean, I hope we are clear on that now. Pascal from Afife Says, good morning, Nana. I don't know the correlation between a rerun of a parliamentary election and the fight against Galamsey, but the NDC rep sought to insinuate that former appointees were neck deep in Galamsey. With comments of this nature, how do we depoliticize the fight against Galamsey?
No, I'm talking. He's referring to me, but of course, it came from my brother here.
The fight. Well, it was Doc that suggested that, but
it was just a passing comment. I don't think it was anything to worry about.
The kind of things people pay attention to, are you surprised?
They should know we don't come here with a script.
Yeah.
We are unscripted.
Absolutely.
Nana watching, the NDC are being selective. They should investigate Talensi, Chirponi, and Itiwa. This is Edwin from KNUST. Okay. Top of the morning, Nana. Is anyone questioning the glut of eggs, chicken, and also the grains? To me, I think let's give credit to the previous government and the Minister of Agric for initiatives made ensuring abundance of staples. Okay.
Which are the ministers?
They're giving you credit.
Yeah.
Dr. Someone is giving you credit.
Yeah.
Or the one before him.
I thought Akoto.
We'll give you
Akoto is missing.
Well, Sam, yesterday the Agric Minister spoke on the glut, and apparently we've written to ECOWAS and World Food Programme for assistance to mop up the excesses.
I wanted to say something about the election thing. Very often we don't get to hear the EC say that, okay, these officers had falling short of.
They've transferred some in the past.
No, you just don't transfer.
But what are you doing? You're only transferring competence from one end to another.
Yeah,
exactly.
So if somebody is incompetent,
deal with it.
He needs training. He needs further preparation. He needs to be removed.
Yeah, but if you're going to punish, it's transfer punishment.
No, what I'm saying is that
in fact, when we even use transfer to punish, we are declaring certain parts of the country as though those places are unwelcome or zones. Absolutely.
I think the last case I remember, they transferred and demoted, so he wasn't, a presiding officer anymore. He became like a polling station officer, something like that. So they do some things, but it is internal to their.
No, it shouldn't be internal because whatever their actions are,
it has resulted in a national.
And even for the public image and public reputation of the EC, we need to see some of these things happen, and the public need to know so that we gain confidence in the EC that yes, you are taking measures to remedy some of these things.
You put it upon yourself. Okay, I'm transparent, and people begin to see you in that light. You don't go behind the curtain and take decision, and then you raise your head and say, "Oh yes, I've punished him."
Let's take a quick break here. When we come back, we'll go into the office of the EC and the staff member who's petitioned John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, for the removal of the EC chair and her deputies. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
James has been searching for happiness for years. So we asked locals to point him to the source of their happiness. Until one fateful night, when his search finally came to an abrupt end. Find your happy place with GoTV. Get GoTV to enjoy a wide range of shows for the whole family. GoTV. Love it.
Christmas, my favorite time of the year.
This festive season, Volta Serene Hotel invites you to experience the magic of Christmas and New Year like never before. From 20th of December to the 1st of January, step into a world of joy, music, laughter, and celebration. We begin on the 20th with a soulful carols night, filling the air with warmth and melody. Then, on 23rd and 24th of December, arrive in style as we welcome you with fresh coconut and local treats. Christmas Day brings pure delight, exciting moments for kids, relaxing escape for adults, and an elegant all-white dinner under the stars, crowned with a spectacular fireworks display. On Boxing Day, embrace culture and rhythm, from picnics and traditional dance to an unforgettable high life and old school night. As the week unfolds, enjoy movie night, live music, karaoke, and endless fun. Until we welcome 2026 with a breathtaking fireworks show on New Year's Eve. Special Christmas packages starting from 4,050 for individuals, 5,250 for couples, and 8,900 Ghana cedis for a family of 4 for 2 nights. Call or WhatsApp 0541 539 867 or 0362 025 243 to book your experience today. Volta Serene Hotel. Feel the serene touch.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Trot from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late, of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go be the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From not the block, she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter what you're lucky. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it so would the coming of the Son of Man be.
Hey.
Is that his car?
Ha! Even now, your shadow the way designer.
I use my own mouth to reject him. Oh, this is my mouth. Look at that.
Kwame, my son. Now, tell me the truth. How did this all happen?
Oh, mommy, simple direction. Mr. Goodluck no check me way.
Yeah,
man.
Easy car. Or dial star 712 hash. The devil is a liar. He picked his ticket and entered his lucky 5-digit number.
How much birthday?
Oh, how romantic!
And he followed the prompt, yes. And then boom, confirmation test.
One quick, pick 5 numbers for Milky. I'm feeling like serving.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the
You see how they love you now?
Yo, do you have family permission? Before December, may release a motivational album. Patapa, my super.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Welcome back. Grateful that you stayed on with us. This is the news review segment here on Breakfast Daily, live on Channel One TV. Send us your thoughts, your comments, and contributions. We're moving into the matter of a petition for the removal of the EC chair, Jean Mensah, and her 2 deputies, which petition we understand was sent to the president by a staff of the EC. Optics perception. Same Article 146. Has been triggered again. Same that was triggered for the removal of the former Chief Justice Gertrude Torkornoo. A new CJ has been appointed by John Dramani Mahama, sworn in by John Dramani Mahama. Today, John Dramani Mahama has been petitioned. This time around, this petition is not going to the Council of State. It is going to the CJ, appointed by John Mahama to determine.
Nominated by...
Sworn in.
Those are part of the powers of the president. So.
Indeed. But let's look at this whole issue. This petition by this gentleman, what thresholds should a petition meet for the removal of the head or heads of an independent institution such as the EC? Doc, your quick thoughts.
Well, let me admit that these days petitions are not to be looked at face value. I say this because of my surprises with the removal of the CJ and the fact that lawyers who worked for the petitioner were colored in a certain party's color.
Which of them?
I would only mention Chachu Shigata. Okay, and then even people would argue that Theo, or is it Thaddeus?
Thaddeus, sorry.
Is not colored. People argue, but perception.
Do you know Thaddeus very well?
Oh, please, perception. He's actually the lawyer for the speaker.
And the speaker.
You know, so my key point.
Speaker's an institution.
Exactly. Thaddeus started his practice with Yoni Kulendi.
May I continue?
Oh, okay. No,
may I continue?
No, you continue, but, take note of
this. Take note of this information being informed.
So my key point. No, perception is everything. After all, let me
informed perception.
Let me admit here that even the CJ largely came out of the woodworks under the MPP administration. So people do change, please. People do change, okay? So
you like the spinner? The one is good at what he does.
Yeah. You are not a doctor for nothing. You know how to bypass.
At this point, I'm wondering if the medical doctor or doctor of communication.
So my key point is that perception, okay? So though the petition has come out, I'm only saying that it shouldn't be looked at face value. Let's see those who be coming in to enrich the petition by way of those who will be pushing this agenda. I feel troubled though in terms of the fact that a lot of these things were in the playbook, and some of us already suspected it based on the happenings when the CJs was triggered. We knew that once this is done, the EC is the next stop.
Some pronouncements that were made by
and I think that for me, as a student of politics, I'm not surprised by these actions, but I worry we need to defend this democracy that we have. And personally, that is where my concern is. Should it be the case that every government, when they come, would, and under their own whims and caprices, decide to just change government institution heads by virtue of the fact that their party is in power? If we keep trending this way, then we will not, one, embolden the institutions, and two, we will be, as it is, enforcing this winner takes all in this country. And by virtue of this, you were talking about if the petition warrants removal of the EC.
Mind you, we've not seen the details.
No, I mean...
I'm just asking on the threshold.
Now, I can, based on past incidents, and I say this with the greatest of respect to the likes of Charlotte Osei and Afarijan, okay? These are the two that in my time I've seen. I'm quite young. I'm deeply concerned that this government came and has changed their judiciary literally overnight.
How did they do that?
When I say overnight,
change the judiciary.
Well, the CJ has been changed, true or false?
Does that change the judiciary?
Oh, please.
Did he say we will change the judiciary?
His leadership and his lordshipness changes everything.
It doesn't.
Oh,
whose leadership?
I can almost argue here that he has the ability to move some judges around, and that by virtue can change
if he say a
potential
change,
yeah.
But to say changes the judiciary,
if he doesn't move some judges, it's still a change because the practice before him was sometimes even before cases are heard overnight, a judge is changed. True or false? These were some of the allegations. So please, let's admit the fact that, let's not discount the fact that some high officers can change lives by virtue of the person in the seat. If that was not the case, then we'll not be voting for a new president. Presidency, the executive, if there's an executor who's powerful, very firm, tough, you feel it in the country. So my key point here is that I for one, my concern, if we go on this path, next government, if it's a different party, knowing Ghanaians, not me, but knowing Ghanaians, it will become the norm. And is that good for democracy? I haven't seen the Americas necessarily changing their electoral commissioner. I mean, changing everything.
Do you know him?
I'm a bit concerned. You know, the Brits, who we, to a large extent, model our lives after. If we look at how they change their PMs, do they necessarily change all the other arms of government? We need to be very careful.
Right.
And that is where my concern is. And I also believe that regardless of who the electoral commissioner is, it has been proven, if you win the election, you win it. So the NDC, I think, a true test of their commitment to democracy should have been to keep this woman for the next election, and then possibly, if there's a need to change her, change her. The reason why I say this,
still calling for a change.
Indeed.
You only want a delay change.
There's a need.
Okay. Now,
so what if there's
a need now? What can't it be done?
What has been proven? Okay, under Charlotte to say the NPP won.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what.
Under Jean NDC, you've won.
Yeah.
So the thing we ascribe to the EC chair and the fears and the worries, really, I think that in the interest of democracy, we should uncolor the EC chair, uncolor it, and remove all this partisan petitioning and removal of people. That is my biggest.
So it's never about the individual, but the office. If we strengthen the office.
Yes. So as it stands now, listen, if we think that this woman was maybe leaning towards the MPP because of the person that appointed her, fair enough. This is the time to test her and let her prove herself to be fair or not fair-handed. Then you have a point. But my key point, and legal counsel or lawyer or CEO, deputy CEO, gaming, my key point is that, listen, if we embark on this path, every government that comes, should I be president, me too, I'll change everything. I'll change everybody.
Were you in Ghana a while ago?
No, listen.
You held the same views?
Do you know why I'm at variance with my own party sometimes? Because of some of these things. And I've been bent for it, but I will stand here and talk for Ghana. And my key point, if I had Mahama, I'll tell him that, you know what, you won this election without Jean. Any formidable NDC candidate who can win election will win it without Jean. So let's not put too much emphasis and make it as if the referee only can determine your faith.
Very well.
So a truest test of democracy. The CJ has been done. There's nothing I can do about it. But the EC too, I think that based on the office, let's encourage Ghanaians to look at that office to be not necessarily a determinant of who becomes president. I think it's very important.
You cannot
argue otherwise.
There are those who, well, it might be oversimplifying the issue, but there are those who say that even the head of an arm of government is gone. So as for EC, she's a goner already.
Well, I don't want to fall into that temptation. For me, I believe that we should look at every issue on its merit.
True.
And deal with it
as it is.
Based
on the facts.
And not worry ourselves with some assumptions of matters of the past and then relate them as difficult as they may be and draw that
but coming events cast their shadows.
No, not necessarily.
I appreciate this.
And you can fall on history as well.
You may follow in history when you want to, but just pay attention to matters that are
An internal sentiment of the NDC people.
Are you an NDC person? Are you expressing the sentiment of your own or the sentiment of the NDC? Now you speak for the NDC people.
He has relations
since when? Don't let your party sanction you for speaking for us.
Let me quote let me Makpos wanted her out even when we're in government. I mean, listen.
See, I would not sit
I'm
here
just making a point
and pretend as though even myself did not have issues with Jane Mensah's conduct in the last elections. I would not. I had cause to complain. A lot of people had cause to complain, and we saw it. But the petition, which unfortunately we don't have the benefit of the details and we cannot discuss, we cannot exactly know what it contains. But we know for sure that there were issues, there were lapses in the last elections that were pointing at Jane Mensah's leadership and her other deputies. But put that aside. We don't need to look at it from the fact that, oh, it happened to Charlotte and perhaps that is why it is happening now and perhaps that's why we are seeing the CJ being taken out.
Prove me wrong.
There are rules and regulations that govern these processes. Where there's a stated misbehavior, where there are rooms for incompetence, where there are irregularities, is a basis. The citizens have the right to bring some petitions if they so wish, that they think that they have reasonable basis to do so. It's premature to even think that the petition would fly or not fly, because the president is yet to make any comment on it. The processes are yet to be triggered. We've just gone to the first layer, the first point of activating the system. So let's wait and see. If indeed Jane Mensah did a good job and the petition is not is without merit, I'm sure a decision will be made out of
veracity.
But what is important for us is that we should see this as strengthening our democratic institutions. That there are processes that allow ordinary citizens to bring petitions that can be looked into, and if there are grounds for it to lead to a removal or maintaining someone, why not? I mean, imagine a system where people occupy positions and they cannot be held accountable. Imagine a system where we have people who hold offices and you cannot have a process that allows you to remove or question their performance. Now, think about it. Almost every Ghanaian was disappointed when we had the election petition and Jane refused to testify. Because we felt that she had undertaken a public duty. And there are questions with respect to that public duty. It may be the case that a petition must succeed or fail on the merit of the petitioner's case, and not necessarily on the weakness of the other party. But because of the public interest, because of the fact that she was entrusted with a public duty, it would have been very important for her to have come to testify. If indeed she discharged her duty diligently and did so with the best of her ability and competently, we had expected her to come to court, testify, and that perhaps would have helped us to build more confidence in the EC.
True.
But refusing to testify, even though it's within her right, also has its consequence. The consequence is the public perception, which is an informed perception, unlike my friend's uninformed perception. It's an informed perception that
many choice.
It's an informed perception that the EC has failed to account for the work carried out. Now, here we are, there's a petition filed. Let's see, let's wait. But we have moved away. I mean, we've had elections in this country where the MPP won, despite several complaints about Charlotte Osei's performance and everything. The NDC won the last election, not necessarily because the EC performed better, because NDC put in mechanisms to ensure that the EC will not succeed in its competence, will not succeed in going in bed with the MPP to rig the election. If you know, there were complaints, and I'll give credit here at this stage even to pay tribute to Dr. Mani Boama for the wonderful work that he did during the elections and his team. As a matter of fact, the effort of the team is what ensured that the NDC won the election and won it massively. It's not because the EC performed better. And so if
no serious party should rely on the EC. Ever. No, I mean...
No, but you see, a while ago, you spoke about how we should strengthen the institutions.
Yes, but
if we strengthen
no
the institutions, you and I, or parties...
If Donald Trump doesn't believe
then we'll
in
have that level of confidence.
Exactly. And the thing is that parties should not be bothered about the work of the EC. They should be focusing on how they can campaign, sell their messages, and convince Ghanaians, and we can hold them accountable. than to now start thinking about how you can bring in layers and layers of mechanisms to ensure that the EC plays by the rule. You have to ensure that your agents are well trained. You have to ensure why do I even need an agent if the EC will perform his duty and do it well? Because there are rules and regulations governing this. You are following the rules and regulations. Why do I even need an agent today? But look at the cost involved in training your agents, in putting up people around, even setting up a whole collation center that would collect same figures to be able to, what exactly EC is doing, we have parties now more or less duplicating it
the same
at an extra cost to our elections processes and everything. Of course, yes, because you know that the EC is not competent. And so you are forced to put in all the
competent.
No, in this case we saw it in the last election. I mean, we don't need to say it differently. We saw it and we complained. And everyone told us that if you think that the EC is not competent, put in mechanism to ensure your victory. And of course we did so. We stood up to the tax, and then we accepted the challenge. You know, it paid off. Unfortunately, you couldn't do better than us, and of course, the performance of your government also reflected in the outcome of the results. So there's nothing to worry about. But for me,
governance and candidature.
I'm glad you are admitting it.
Let's not go there.
I know what is needed.
Reject that invitation.
I'm helping.
I'll take your advice on this. So for me, I think that early days. Let's see what the details of the petition will be. Let's see the days ahead. Of course, the persons involved, who the petition have been filed against, will also be given the opportunity to defend themselves. Yeah. If they have any good defense,
I'm waiting to see his lawyers.
Outcome will come out. Let's see what happens.
His
lawyers. It doesn't matter.
I'm waiting to
see.
Yes, sir.
Let's look at the petitioner, the individual involved. Yeah. He's an interdicted staff of the EC. He's not resigned.
Disgruntled.
He's not been sacked. So he's just home, not going to work, chopping salary. He was sued by the EC over some BVD machines that were found on a refuse dump somewhere, but I think it failed in court. So can we draw that it's just
sour grapes?
Exactly. Is it just sour grapes?
No, well, as the lawyer said, some of these things go through processes. Okay, so
don't fall for it. Don't fall for it.
In Jesus' name.
No doubt. Amen.
It's a process.
It's a process. And these are lawful processes. Someone am okay you. We say the law is the law. Thank you very much.
Caliber 146. Okay,
the law is the law. But the law is
still in somebody's bosom.
Ignores jurisprudence,
It's still in somebody's bosom.
So you it's a process. It's not just that you submit the thing and then off you go. Indeed, a committee is supposed to be put up, and then you, the petitioner, you have to appear before that committee. You state your case, you are cross-examined. The members of the committee will then have to sit and review whatever it is that you had said. Okay? Whether or not you are a disgruntled person, you did something, you were interdicted, so and so matter went to court, either the court cleared you or all that. We don't know much about it. All those things will be tested, before the committee. Okay?
Yeah.
And so I think that I am all for this. Do you know why? Then we'll be able to compare this particular one to that of Charlotte Osei.
And then future other.
Exactly. And the future ones, you can do it. And in any case,
you're anticipating petitions.
No, I agree.
It's possible, of course.
No, I agree.
Once we've set the precedents.
Let's do it.
More petitions.
Let's do. For me, we should do it. Because then
we shouldn't run like robots.
No, one day.
It shouldn't be automatic that somebody did it, so I'll do it.
I'm coming. One day, either we get tired of it, okay, or that out of that we are able to strengthen
No, but the other side, a good part of it too, is that it gives anyone who occupies that position, listen, you can be a subject of removal in the future. So do your work.
Do your work well.
I'm sure all these people know this already before they take up the
they know it very well. But what are we
when they also think that they can play ball with the ruling party, and in the process, if the ruling party wins, then they
are secure.
They can secure their positions. But you must know that there could be a change. Irrespective of whatever you do. And so people, it's just caution. Do your job and do it well. Just do it well.
The great Afarijan, people had issues with him, but there was I don't think there was any petition.
No attempt to remove him or anything. To remove him. I mean, think about it carefully. He was appointed by Rawlings. He stayed on. Rawlings won 2 elections. Kufuor won.
Kufuor did well. Kufuor worked with Georgina.
Theodora Wood. They are not allowing me to
you understand? Kufuor did well.
We're from Georgina Wood in this.
Kufuor did well. He maintained those people.
So you have, for me, it should be tested. Again, this is also different from the Opoku, Maxwell Opoku Ajiman one, where they said he was doing that for and on behalf of some staff of DC. But to date, you and I don't know
the identity of those petitioners. Remain unknown.
Okay.
Undisclosed.
The petitions that were sent back for corrections to be made.
Yes, exactly. He submitted a thing, and then they called him back.
And signed this particular.
Highly questionable. Yes. And then quickly he went and then corrected it. I thought that was a clever move to say that, listen, we are not going to entertain this. Okay, but no, they called him, and then either they told him, okay, here, put I over there, dots there.
It's editing.
My lord, I am guided.
It's editing.
How do you go to the judge and the judge now tells you what to do?
The judge is now guiding you.
And he went and did that.
Such bias.
And quickly, the Chief Justice then, Sofa Akufo, set up a committee to do that. Upon setting up that committee, she told us, she issued a statement saying that if the media doesn't know, and we started commenting on this, then she will cite us for contempt of court.
It was just to gag the media and gag the public.
And we were completely gagged. And all of us kept quiet. By the time, that was over, Charlotte was gone. And what was she sacked on? Procurement issues and breaches. And then administrative, lapses also.
Which breaches actually saved Ghana money.
Yeah, exactly. Okay? So
I was not there, so
you and I were not there. Anyway, but I mean,
she saved money, but the accusation is that she didn't use the right process.
I mean, why would you?
Single sourcing.
Yeah, but those ones should not be the basis for a removal. I mean, these are administrative processes.
That's why it's important we see the details of this petition and know what is exactly whether it warrants a removal.
But this one, we know the stuff. We know that there are issues. He's apparently yesterday I heard that he wanted to grant an interview to some.
He spoke on Eyewitness last night.
Oh, he did?
Yes, I heard his interview.
Oh, okay. Okay. But then he didn't disclose the content of the beyond that.
No,
he has to respect the fact that he has presented
once he has presented it, he would stay away from that. Even the details of it, the date of it, he said no,
he won't comment on it. See,
he has good lawyers.
I think all of us should, that thing that happened during the election petition, where we were, misled to believe that Jane Mensah was going to enter the witness box and tell us the numbers that she had disclosed. She declared one in the morning, another one in the mid-morning. Then in the afternoon, she declared another one. By by the time we went to bed, we had several results.
That don't still add up.
Exactly.
It's not surprising, is it?
The mathematics
were, and if,
no, I mean, listen.
If a lawyer, if a lawyer, of that nature, somebody who had even run a CSO, a civil society organization as IEA, and had all the time called for electoral reforms here and there and so on, you should be the first to say that, listen, I am coming to speak to this thing. I declared it, and that I am coming to justify it.
Particularly when she had even filed a witness statement.
Yes. But to hide behind, whatever.
The rules of court.
Yeah, the use of court. Even Justice Mafo Sao, where his book was quoted, to him, and he says, "No, me and I'm and then you had judges, 7 judges, who started thinking alike.
Unanimous
FC, and were nicknamed, led by the Chief Justice then, Akwesi Yeboah Eni.
Yes.
I mean, listen, Eni Yeboah. That was one of the biggest, what you call it? Lapses as far as, our electoral this thing is concerned. Yeah. Can we do the rules in such a way that, the EC, anytime there's a contest, must be ready to justify whatever result, so that her rules or his rules or whatever governing their administration will be different from all other institutions. They shouldn't have special what you call it, special privileges such that don't declare the numbers, don't speak to the numbers that you are declared. Mount what?
The witness box.
Yes, a witness box, and justify the numbers. You see, when it favored the MPP, the law is the law. But tomorrow, when it's against them, you will see what we will hear in this town.
Well, we've been told that now that sometimes not all men are equal before the law.
Okay.
Animal farm.
Yes, you get it. We don't have to get to this level. Boss Manasari, he's made comments, NDC had issues with it, where, he described NDC as a threat to Ghana's democracy.
Yes.
People thought that statement was totally unnecessary. He shouldn't have said that.
In the capacity.
I don't think he's been out there and very vocal, very damaging, like, the other two.
But this petitioner is a staff. Yeah. So perhaps he knows what happens inside.
I agree. And then he'll be able to speak to
exactly.
And he's not just an ordinary staff, he's an IT staff.
Very well.
Yeah, he'll be able to speak to his numbers. Yeah. Again, going back to Akufo-Addo's victory in 2020, I think that the fact that group, as in the EC executive, refused to speak to his numbers was a little, it damaged his victory to a certain extent. And I'm saying that going forward, I think Parliament will have to sit down and say that, hey, or the constitutional reform would have to take notice of some of this and say that, listen, all others, but not the EC. Because, listen, EC's refusal to speak to some of these things have led to conflicts in some other countries. Yeah. So, again, if you have proclaimed yourself to be very transparent, you have to be transparent all through and not be hiding behind judges.
Very well.
Carefully selected, cleverly selected, doing whatever it is that to favor you.
Unfortunately, we've run out of time.
Let
me take a few quick messages.
How about that quick one?
Our time is up. Bonti Benjamin says our democracy can stand by building strong institutions and not using power to settle.
Bonti Benjamin, is he still around?
Well,
he's my friend.
Bonti Benjamin says our democracy can stand by building strong institutions and not using power to settle unnecessary scores. Yesterday was CJ, today it's EC. So where do Ghana stand to benefit in all these?
IGP
Lord have mercy.
He used to be a presidential staffer. Was that what Akufo-Addo did?
IGP is next.
Good morning. This is Abdul Ganiu Mankarigu from Savannah region. When Justice Atuguba stated in the 2012 presidential election case that the will of an entire constituency cannot be overturned simply because someone failed to sign a document, how does this compare? He wasn't referring only to the presidential election, he meant a whole constituency. Whether it's presidential or parliamentary, you can't nullify an entire constituency's results based off issues from a few polling stations. So stop that. Well, we've explained that it was the reliefs sought by the petitioner.
Yeah, but 41 is not a few.
It's not a few.
No, it's not a few.
Yeah.
Significant.
Yeah, even 19 we went to rerun. So.
Yeah.
He says, with the number of MPs the NDC has in parliament, what exactly are they doing for all Ghanaians? Okay. Nana Boateng, this was a campaign promise and it's being executed. All Ghanaians know is Nana Addo won under Charlotte Osei, so no news. Edwin from KNUST. Okay, I don't know when or where this promise was made, but if you say so.
Yeah, but this is a staffer who has petitioned, though. Yeah, let's find out whether it's NDC.
Well, he says it's Edwin from KNU.
No,
the staffer.
No, the staffer.
The EC he's an IT staff.
Oh, no, the EC staff cannot belong to any party.
Okay,
yes. EC
so it's clear where his problem is coming from.
Yeah. He can have grievance with the woman without party colors.
Master Planner Junior, policy analyst in Kintampo, says the rerun should be only in those 41 polling stations where the irregularities happened. I don't know why the court should order the EC to rerun in the entire constituency. Well, we've already explained it. The relief sought by the petitioner is what has brought us here. I'm shocked with the NDC lawyer's comments. Was he in Ghana when Afarijan made mistakes in 2012? Was he sacked? They should continue and will do same in 2028. 2028, Ghanaians will vote. We only have 3 Christmases left. People are doing countdown. Good morning, Able Team. I extend my warm regards to lawyer Lamti Gapanga for his insightful comments on the incompetence of the Jean Mensah EC. I cannot but agree with him that the public perception about the integrity of the EC has eroded under the current leadership, and it's about time the trio has shown the exit. Council's contributions justifies the position of many Ghanaians who expressed grave dissatisfaction at the EC in the run-up to the 2024 elections. Jean Mensah, and this is in caps, Jean Mensah and her 2 deputies must go. This is John Paul from Namdam. Thank you so much, Council. Thank you, Doc. Thank you, Larry. Thank you. It's been a great session. Hopefully we'll find time to do this again. This has been the News Review segment here on Breakfast Daily. Stay with us. The show continues after this.
This is AFCON, my friend. Everything is a competition. Everything.
Join our family for AFCON Morocco 2025 from 21 December to 18 January. Available on DSTV and GoTV.
You're not sure what's causing the panic, but if you're
Masquerades are scary, but bills shouldn't scare you. Be one of 10,000 lucky winners when you deposit multiples of 400 Ghana cedis or take a loan in multiples of 4,000 Ghana cedis to win up to 1.5 million Ghana cedis in cash and prizes, 1-year insurance cover, and more. Tap into vibes in the EcoBank 5-Star Enjoyment Promo. Up to 15% discount when you use our cards and digital platforms. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. EcoBank will never call or text asking you to verify sensitive information like your PIN, Ghana card, or bank card information. Pay better attention to details.
It's that time of the year again, and you've waited for long. The deals are back. The excitement is real. It's Franco Black Friday. At Franco, we believe in quality, affordability, and convenience. This Black Friday is made easier than ever to upgrade your home and lifestyle. From 24th to the 28th of November, enjoy up to 40% discount on a wide range of premium electronics and home appliances. From smartphones and accessories, smart televisions, air conditioners, washing machines, refrigerators, freezers, microwaves, blenders, gas and gas stoves, gas and electric stoves, CCTV cameras, and many more. Visit any of our Franco retail shops nationwide or shop seamlessly from our Franco trading app available on Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Don't miss out on the Franco Black Friday sales. Exceptional products, unbeatable prices, trusted service. Franco, the home of quality electronics and home appliances.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Trotro from Kaswa dear. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late, of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. Yeah, you go be the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From Natepia, cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwamio!
Senya God the apple boom. If you put it so would the coming of the son of man be.
Hey.
Is that his car?
Ha! Even now, your shadow the way designer.
I use my own mouth to reject him. Oh, this is my mouth. Look at that.
Kwame, my son. Now, tell me the truth. How did this all happen?
Oh, mommy, simple direction. Mr. Goodluck no check me way.
Yeah, man. Easy cry. Or dial star 712 hash.
The devil is a liar.
He picked his ticket and entered his lucky 5-digit number.
How much baby?
Oh, how romantic!
And he followed the prompt, yes. And then boom, confirmation test.
I'm quick. Pick 5 numbers for me, okay? I'm feeling like 7.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the
You see how they love you now?
Yo, do you have family permission? Before December, may release a motivational album. Patapa, my super.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Meet James. James has been searching for happiness for years. So we asked locals to point him to the source of their happiness. Until one fateful night, when his search finally came to an abrupt end. Find your happy place with GoTV. Get GoTV to enjoy a wide range of shows for the whole family. GoTV. Love it.
Hello everyone, you are welcome to Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV. As you already know, the show started with Nanatu for Watting, and of course it was some political, sin right there, so political talks and everything you need to know about politics. Now it's time for now it's time for us to take you on a jolly good ride with some entertainment, with some information, with some journeys even to your community, some interviews and all that. In fact, everything that makes up a great morning show is what we bring for you. So once more, welcome. Remember that you are part of the show, so feel free to join in at any time by sending in your messages via the WhatsApp number on the screen. If you're asking what sort of message can I send, you can send any message that are questions, that are contributions, and also heartfelt messages to your loved ones and your friends. And if you're watching us on YouTube live right now, you can just leave the comments right there. We will get to also read on the show. Don't forget to use the hashtag Breakfast Daily on X and on Facebook. My name is Chris Carter. Anyway, let's get straight into it. We're going to be starting with some reminders. And our first reminder is that this week on Friday, we're going to be going for the Agri Fair, the Channel 1 Agri Fair. You definitely do not want to miss it. It's from the 28th to the 30th of November 2025. And it starts at 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. And of course, if you are wondering, why should I attend? Christmas is right in the corner. And definitely you would be needing some Christmas stuff to buy, especially when it comes to food. So all your livestock, your veggies, and everything that you need to know about agri-tech, innovations, everything will be right there for you, especially if you want to get into the agricultural industry or the agri-industry, all you need to know is that you have to be right there. Now, for those who are thinking of probably a side hustle or something in the agriculture industry, especially when it has to do with fish farming, snail farming, poultry, and piggery, we actually have training clinics that will be going on at the Agri Fair. And if you want to be part of it, all you need to do is call the number 0558 973 973 0558 973 973. If you wanted to get into fish farming, snail farming, poultry, and piggery and don't know how to go about it, call the number 0558 973 973. Everything's going to be happening at the Efuasadaland Children's Park from the 28th to the 30th. Which is this Friday to this Sunday, and it's 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. And yeah, that's it. And welcome, Jude.
Well, thank you.
Anyway, but we want to say a very big thank you to our sponsors. Big thank you to each and every one of you that made this work for us. IBH, Horticultural Business Platform, DBG, LCIC, Gersel, Ghana Exim Bank, Agri Impact Limited, and it's also supported by Trillium. Thank you.
Amazing. They've been so, incredible. Of all the things they found worthy to, support and help in pushing, they jumped on this incredible idea aimed at growing the agri sector, which is the backbone of our economy. So we are so grateful for that show of support.
Yeah.
And like I said, powering this vision. Yeah. I like this one, is this specs or glasses or a shades? No, it can't be shades.
It's actually my glass, I can't see.
Oh, really?
Yes, I wear
So you have the frame in different...
Yeah. And I have my...
So you have every frame to match a fit?
Sometimes.
No, you deform. No, Charlie, you are major. You are too large.
I only have 3 frames, Jesus.
Every time you wear different specs.
No, I only have 3 frames.
Oh.
Yeah.
In the past, we call it specs.
Yes.
Then later, we were told it's glasses.
Glasses.
I think, yeah. Anyway, guys, good morning and welcome to your favorite show. Or let me say, let me welcome myself to the show. It was clearly unforeseen circumstances. Anyways, always a pleasure coming to you wherever you are, in your offices, in your homes, bringing you nothing but the best conversations, best update in terms of the news, and very exciting, conversations all throughout. Now,
the Channel One News app. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's like I call it the one-stop shop for everything. So if you want news updates, if you want content in terms of our videos we are putting out. Yesterday, for example, Bernard had a very big interview with the Roads and Highways Minister. It's got so many positive reviews. If you are wondering which state or the road in your community, when it's going to be fixed, all of that and more, just go onto the app Channel One, go into the Google Play Store, tap on the install button or download, and you are good to go. It's as simple as that. So guys, spread the word, and of course, it's important to remind our lovely viewers that
Situation All White Party.
Yeah.
It's going to be happening on the 24th. If you're wondering what the Situation All White Party is after all the hard work that we've done throughout the year, this is the party whereby we all gather together to celebrate, to loosen up, to enjoy with our fans and our viewers. So yeah, the Situation All White Party is back again, and this time obviously it's going to be on the 24th of December, but this time it's at the Good Park, and the Good Park is right beside the Accra Mall, or sometimes you can even go through the Accra Mall. It's the park. It's beside the parking space. You understand? There's one parking space beside the Accra Mall there. So yeah, it's right there. So if you're coming from the Spintex Road, it's right before Accra Mall, and if you are from Accra Mall, you can just walk through.
It's a location you really can't miss.
Yeah.
It's just like I like to say, it's off the Spintex Road, but very close to Accra Mall, if not in Accra Mall. So it's really a very simple place to find. Yeah.
And it promises to be very exciting. The lineup is great. We have Nchin Band, we have Kofi Kinata, and Perez Music, and of course we have you that will be joining us.
Yeah, so. DJ Mango, and of course Nana Tufo Boatin will be doing their own thing on there. 10 tables.
Yeah, so to actually reserve your tables, all you need to do is call the number 0205 973 973.
Interesting. All right, guys. So please, you know what to do. If you're a friend group, if you are, colleagues at the office, if you want to figure out the best way to have fun this December, you know what to do. A big shout out to EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, for supporting this as well. Bethel Logistics, they've been incredible. And of course, Hallmark Cafe. They make some of the best and sumptuous meals you could ever find anywhere in the capital and beyond. So guys, that's the word out there. The Situation All White Party is out. We've broken communication on this, and all you need to do is to just call the number, reserve a table, and let's have some fun to climax what has been. Let me just. What you make of? It's still like a whole month to go, right? But what you make of like the year so far? I think that it's been a very difficult year. So in terms of the economy,
for me.
Yeah, I'm coming. So in terms of the economy, right, it's been great. So you see that like the finances are picking up, at least for some people or quite a number of Ghanaians. The economy is generally doing well, so businesses are happy. But in terms of like the emotional aspect, even like the social issues, yeah, right. I like the word you use. It's been one hell of a roller coaster, and I'm not really sure how to like fully process 2025.
It's just full of ups and downs. 1 minute you are up and 1 minute you are down. 1 minute you have to pick up yourself again. 1 minute you are happy. 1 minute you're sad. 1 minute you want to tear up. 1 minute you want to smile. It's just a burst of emotions.
Yeah,
I feel that's the whole description. Just a burst of emotions. So many things are happening. You can't even process your own problems. Then you see the problems of other people. Socially, it's been hard. It's just been hard. Mentally too.
Wow.
Mentally, it's just been a lot
and
to deal with.
At the national level, of course, you have to deal with like major grief. You
Yeah.
know, like quite a number of very renowned people, well-known national figures passed away. If some of them are even yet to bury, passed on a couple of months ago, and of course that unfortunate national tragedy. So as a nation, it's been very difficult, really, in terms of like our emotional, outlook. And reason why we need to, come together, of course, be grateful for how far we've come as a people, and also, lay all the stress and burden down and probably like have a good time at situation.
Yeah.
I'm not using this to say come and party at situation, but like if you dip it, it's been quite a very difficult year. Anyway, so it's time to go into our trending news.
Oh, no,
right?
but before that, remember we have something exciting for all very talented people. So if you're a dancer, if you're a singer, if you're a poet, if you have any talents that you want the world to know about, we're actually giving you a platform, and it's called The Arena. All you need to do is call or WhatsApp the number 054-840-6650. 054-840-6650 to book a slot now. And then you will, get all the information that you need to know about it. So do not keep your talent for yourself only or for you and your friends, but you never know. You never know who needs to see your talent. You never know what is going to be your next big break. So if you have a talent, just call the numbers or send a WhatsApp, and then, you'll be given direction on what to do.
I like the sound of that. So guys, look out for me. I've been voted on successful occasions as the best dancer in Channel 1. So I'm ready. Charlie, giddy. Anyway, it's time to delve into our trending segment. This is a conversation that is literally powered by you, because we get to talk about what you, our lovely viewers out there, have been talking about the whole time. Your comments on social media is what we repackage and bring to you in terms of like all that's happening. So, Chris.
Yeah.
A lot is happening, right?
Yeah, a lot is happening. We see Wesley Girls is all over social media. We have it on X and we have it on Facebook. And if you're wondering what all that is about, remember that I think it was last year, Shafiq Osman actually sued Wesley Girls and the government of Ghana, and about the freedom of worship when it comes to the school, especially for the Muslim students. But the AG filed a response to Osman's lawsuit yesterday. His case, so Osman's case cited that Wesley Girls is still being, AG cited that the Wesley Girls is still being owned by the Methodist Church, even though it is funded by the government. And he argues that the government funding does not strip the school of the right to enforce its rule. He further stated that the school was deemed government-assisted and not fully public funded, and it was established under the colonial ordinance.
Some brief facts on this matter, right? So Shafiq is somebody I know. I was in school with Shafiq at university. He's actually a PhD candidate at the London School of Economics now. He's a lawyer by profession. So, of course, he's also a politically exposed person, and I don't even think he shies away from this. But the brief facts to this is that, you know, there are certain elements who are trying to score political capital out of this. But it's important to note that this particular case and conversations around the suit began way before government changed hands. I've seen comments to say that the position of the Attorney General is not progressive. That is not enough space. As journalists, we are mostly minded about listening to both sides of the argument and say it as it is. So, fact number one, the case actually started before, or I mean, the conversations leading to this started before this government came into office.
That was last year.
And yes, in 2023 actually.
Okay.
I mean, December 2023. And also, it is a fact that Wesley Girls fits the criteria of what you describe as a public school. Now, when a school is a public school, it means that they receive some level of support from the government.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So, it's important that we listen to both sides of the debate. Now, I've heard the Methodist Church, or I've seen a post from the Methodist Church, you know, essentially excited about the position of the Attorney General going into this case. But the point is also that other people have raised concerns as to why students, and you see, it's been framed as a Muslim versus Christian thing. But if you look at the suit, it's more of like a religion.
It's a religion
expression,
thing, yeah.
You know. So we'll follow the case keenly as it develops. I've seen viewpoints as to why, you know, students, and it's, to be fair, it's not even like the Muslim students in the school are calling for like a mosque to be built in the school or anything. They just want freedom of assembly. They just want to be able to pray. They just want to be able to fast. We are being told, again, according to some insiders, that if you're in the school and you're not Christian, you can't even hold certain leadership positions.
And that's...
So, of course, I mean, we have our own...
It's hearsay, but I don't know. We don't know if that's true.
I think it was put in one of the claims in the suit. So, the point is that we are following these issues. Clearly, is in the court. We would want to wait for... I see, the Attorney General owes fidelity to not...
He owes fidelity to everybody.
To the Constitution.
Yeah.
To the Constitution, right? So...
And the Constitution involves every...
Like, it looks out for human rights,
looks out for
everyone.
Yeah.
So we and of course, people have said that this government came into office on the back of very progressive, you know, standpoints on very important national and social issues. So it'll be very important to know what it really makes of these issues. People have said that they've heard even some very high officers in the Attorney General in private practice argue against some of these things, but they've taken a different approach. Of course, when you come into government, they'll tell you that there's individual expectations and there's the collective expectations. So maybe as an Attorney General or as a Deputy Attorney General, you believe in some standpoint or viewpoint. But if you go to cabinet and the cabinet position is this, you either support it or you resign, right? So I've seen to an extent, also some unfair criticisms aimed at some government officials. And I, like I'm saying, we should allow time to pass on this and hope that the court will do its proper, you know, work in bringing our finality to these issues once and for all. So, of course, a lot of people have been talking about this on social media. Myself, I posted and you know, sometimes I post on Twitter thinking that, oh, a few of my friends will see the post. Then I come back to check a minute later. 60,000 views, and I'm like, guys, you know, calm down, you know. So yeah, I have my own views on this, but in this capacity on this show, I'm minded to just tell both sides of the story as the profession mandates, right? So I don't know, I'm interested in listening to what your thoughts are on this before you read the comments. Oh, I mean, like, yeah, you should have opinions on this.
Okay, my thoughts, well, from where I grew up, like the boarding schools I've seen, right? The Muslims are allowed to
do what they, in terms
pray
of
if they
the
want
rights to
pray.
assemble.
Yes, when it's 6 o'clock in the evening, you see all Muslims go out and pray. Like it does not stop learning. It does not infiltrate anybody's privacy. It does not convert anybody. It's just them praying, and I think they have the right to pray.
Interesting.
Honestly.
What do you make of claims again that they can't stand for leadership positions in the school?
And that's wrong. That is so wrong.
If you're training a young girl,
you cannot say because I'm Muslim I cannot be a prefect. You can't say because I'm Muslim I can't. I'm not even a Muslim, I'm a Christian. But obviously they are human beings too. Let's always remember human beings before religion. Religion does not come before us. In everything we do, human beings before your gender, before religion.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because if we're gonna say that if that is passed or if that is allowed, then it's the same thing as allowing that only boys or men hold certain positions in society just because they are boys and men.
What do you have to say to arguments that before these young girls went into the school, the rules were clearly explained to them? The school's position in terms of some of these things were clearly stated out to them. Sometimes even boldly written on the prospectus before you enter the school. So you can't now enter and try to change.
Okay,
if you had issues, don't enter. I'm sure you've heard some of these arguments.
Yes, if you have issues, don't enter. But then at the end of the day, when you look at it, that will also be discrimination. It's like also, I watched a video, perfect example. I watched a video where this guy that has, I forgot some sclerosis, like it's fully, he has problems. He's sick, and he went looking for a job in Ghana here, and the gatesman there was like sacked him away from there. Why was he sacking him? They asked him, so why are you sacking the guy? He said clearly he's sick, that he cannot do the job. You understand?
But to be fair, there are also certain fiscal
no
necessities for certain roles. So even in the military, they tell you that you need to meet a certain criteria.
He went to look
as much
for
as
a
you might
job.
disagree.
He went to look for a job in a school. So he could have been given anything. He can be a librarian. He can be something that does not need all the strength.
So he discriminated him based
just
on
by his looks.
He stereotyped him.
Exactly.
Profiled him, and that's a problem.
And that's a problem.
What do you also have to say, and very briefly, maybe in 30 seconds, on concerns that, allowing, opening up for other, religion change the true identity of the school? I'm sure you've heard. I'm not really sure about those debates. I'm trying to be very. I'm sure I've heard those debates. And what do you make of such concerns?
I feel like that especially is a two-edged sword, because yes, the school has its way it wants to be seen and everything.
The founding fathers had a certain vision for the school, and they want to keep that.
And they want to keep that. So I don't know. So that's why I say it's a two-edged sword. For that part, I am very, I'm on this side, I'm on that side.
Interesting.
I'm just in the middle of
I'll say that in Accra Academy, for example, right, we used to break our fasts with a Muslim. In fact, we want to eat the food with them. Like, we enter the Jimsa place and be eating with them. It didn't make me less of a Christian, right?
Exactly.
So we'll see how this matter pans out as time goes on. But clearly, it's a very emotionally charged, issue. And I'm hoping that we talk about it in a manner that doesn't become like incendiary to other people, right? Because, see, look at the sub-region, for example. We can't allow certain things to divide us. We should be seen working together more as a people. So we'll be following keenly how this matter develops. There are so many comments, and I'm not sure.
All right, so let's start with some of the comments. The faith and culture can be maintained. It's what made the school what it is today. We just hope you allow our Muslim girls to fast. It's a public school, hence religious tolerance is a must. Well,
interesting.
Yeah.
So Gay are quick to also remind us that it is a missionary school that is government assisted. So now.
And government assisted means
a big part of the conversation is trying to break down what a public school and a government-assisted schools. But I'll just read up some information to you.
All right, so while you're reading that, we still have some comments. Some years back, Kofi Bento argued that these Ivy League schools should be taken off government subventions and run as privately owned schools. We are gradually getting there, and this is by Inyonan Perez. Ruff Rashid says the AG's position is simply an argument, not the law. The case is ongoing, and only the court can decide whether Wesley girls can restrict Muslim practices. Okay, so Delali is saying our unions too must be more vocal. What do Nagrat, Ginat, and Co think about it? What do their contingents of religious minorities think about it? Well, serious questions. Cool God Vibe says, has the church considered total ownership? Well, until the church considers total ownership, and then we know what happens from there. But Jude, you wanted to read something?
Yes, so I wanted to just, by way of information, bring to our viewers out there what the Pre-Tertiary Public Education Act 2020, says in terms of its description of what a private basic senior high school is, a public senior high school is, and a public interest school is. So basically, a private basic and senior high school means a non-public education establishment that provides basic or senior high school education. A non-public education establishment that provides basic or senior high school education. And this is a private basic and senior high school, so non-public. Now, a public school or a public senior high school, which is the major contention point, according to the Pre-Tertiary Education Act 2020, says public in relation to a school means a school is established, number one, or maintained wholly, number two, or in part with monies approved by Parliament from the Consolidated Fund or any other public fund. So, Chris, the issues here are three. Number one, established. Well, you know that government didn't establish Wesley Girls.
Yeah.
But number two, maintained wholly. Also, we are being told by insiders within the school that the old students and the church, the Methodist Church, supports the school. So government is not wholly maintaining the school. But this is where the issue is. The third part is all in part with monies approved by Parliament from the Consolidated Fund. So government didn't establish Wesley Girls, you know for a fact. Government is not wholly maintaining the school. But government is, to an extent, in part using money approved by Parliament to support. So clearly, from a legal standpoint, you get a sense that Wesley Girl fits the criteria, what you can say is a public school, which is being funded by the taxpayer. So we'll see how this issue goes on.
And the taxpayer is also Muslim.
True.
The taxpayer is also Muslim. Anyway, so let's get to our next trend. Our next trend is South Africa and Ghana, in the sense that Nasty C is trending. So Nasty C is a South African rapper who came to Ghana last week or this week to actually perform. No, last week to perform at Mad Club. So he was asked yesterday on the radio who his three top Ghanaian rappers were, and he mentioned them and did not mention Sarkodie, and everybody know that they actually had a beef some years ago. So it seems like the beef might still be lingering on, but we really do not know. But he was asked about the whole beef situation too. He was like, no, that they've not really talked about it, but Sarkodie is not top in his top three, probably top five. But let's check out the interview and then we'll come back to have conversations about it.
For you, Nasty C, who are your three top Ghanaian rappers?
Three top Ghanaian rappers. I'll say at the moment, I have to put Black Sheriff up there at number one.
Okay.
Something about his music that just speaks to me, man. So he's up there number one. I'm gonna put Kwesi up there at number two.
Okay. Nice. Nice.
Yeah. And then he got excited about that. And then at number three, it wouldn't be fair to mention someone who has like Ghanaian roots but doesn't live in Ghana, right?
That's fine.
I can't.
Yeah.
Is that fine? You sure?
It's fine.
Okay. All right, okay. Number 3, I have to say Vic Mensa.
Okay, Vic Mensa. Vic Mensa is doing well.
Between him and Wale.
Okay, between him and Shatta Wale.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, nice.
No.
You didn't mention Sarkodie.
He's not in my top 3 at the moment, no.
Where is he? Top what?
He's definitely in the top 5.
Okay, but not top 3.
Not in my top 3 right now.
Will you do a collaboration with him after what has
know.
happened in the past?
I don't know. We'd have to have a conversation and...
You guys have still not had the conversation?
We haven't, no.
Why? What's keeping you?
I think a lot of things got lost in translation.
Nice. Top 3. And Sarkodie is not in it.
Now, Nasty C, who is he?
Oh, no, come on.
What?
In South African rap, he's good.
In Africa rap, where is he?
He's there somewhere.
Why does his view matter than mine?
But you're not the one they're interviewing. Or you want me to interview you?
No, how different is his opinion on who,
No, he was asked his top 3.
Yeah, but
not Africa's top 3.
My question is...
It's his opinion.
My question...
It's
and he's
his
entitled
feeling.
to it.
Exactly.
My issue
so why are you getting mad?
Why is it... Why does it matter?
It matters to him.
That what?
It's his opinion.
Obede. Sarkodie is not even close. That's the point I want to make. That Sarkodie is arguably the greatest rapper.
It's his ears. It depends on what he's hearing.
No.
It's his ears.
No, he's not hearing
He
what?
has the right to.
He's not hearing what?
Right to have his opinion.
He's not hearing what? Every day, Nasty C, Sarkodie, Nasty C. What song has he been sung? What was like his biggest song?
Oh, I forgot.
Look at that. Charlie.
But anyway, we have some comments on this.
You should go and find somewhere to sleep.
The last part, Sarkodie's response or diss to him was hot.
Oh, small boy there, yeah, come to
What?
AJ Clinton. Oh, Charlie. He says, how can you choose Wale and Blacko as rappers? Exactly.
But those are his rappers. That's his ear.
Blacko is a... Blacko is a
Samtuga says... Well, the guy still got some mad respect for Sarkodie. He still has some mad respect. Exactly. So it's in his top 5.
If you put Sarkodie in top 5...
He said he's ready for a sit
If you
down.
put Sarkodie in top 5 and Vic Mensa and Blacko as rappers, you don't rate him. So let's not say he has respect for Sarkodie. He doesn't have any respect for him. It is a very condescending thing he said about Sarkodie.
No, but he
probably... And he should sit somewhere.
No, he probably means what he hears. So probably he doesn't speak Twi and he's hearing English.
Have you listened to Sarkodie's English raps?
Oh, wait.
Should I rap song for you on the show?
Rap song.
No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready for it.
All right. Anyway, actually today is like the beginning of the 16 days of activism against sexual and gender-based violence, and everybody is talking about it in the world, and even some European countries have have started to think about policies to help women by also thinking of the way we train young boys. Yeah, there's a lot of issue of so much toxic masculinity going on and emasculation in some countries in Europe. So they are looking at ways to, kind of eradicate this. Anyway, the theme for this year is End Online Violence Against Women. And there are some statistics here that 1 in every woman actually experiences gender-based violence in her lifetime. And 16 to 58% of women actually face digital violence. And digital violence, apart from the trolling, the insulting and all that, since AI has come to stay, a lot of people are using AI images or women's faces, women that we know, their faces and their bodies, to put out there, in forms they are not supposed to be seen in. There are a lot of sexual videos of women and girls that we know out there that are not real, but are totally deep fakes. And there are 90 to 95% of deep fake videos that are sexual images of women. And this is why this campaign is actually very important. Yesterday we had this conversation about, Shatta Wale sending his people to call out people to insult the lady. So these are all under these issues.
Yeah,
so
and it was, you brought to my attention that even on social media, there's an ongoing, social media campaign where people are using purple to signify, or raise awareness against issue around
so that's for South Africa. But this time, for this one, the color is orange. And that's why I'm wearing orange, obviously.
You know.
But anyway, we have a video of the day. Let's check it out, and then we'll be back. And that's the video of the day. Anyway, that was a good one, and it's just to put smiles on your faces. Of course, like Jude said, it's been a crazy year, a lot of roller coaster everywhere. So sometimes we just try to, you know, relax the whole mood and put smiles on your faces. But then again, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, Jude actually had a sit down with reps from Interplast, and this conversation was very interesting, and I'll definitely want you to see. So let's go on a quick break, and when we come back, you can watch it.
Welcome back, guys. This is Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV. My name is Jude Duncan. It's now time for a conversation on arguably the biggest, food and agri-related input sphere happening right here in the capital at the Ifwa Sutherland Children's Park. Why is it the biggest? Because we're bringing the farm produce, or we're bringing all of what you need in terms of food items right from the farm to your gate, and promise you is going to be cheaper. Earlier today, I was listening to Bernard Avila on the morning show where, egg producers were saying that they were coming to sell egg at the agri fair for as low as 47 cedis. On the market is somewhere around 70 cedis. So that alone should tell you what to expect at the agri fair. But beyond that, it's been largely characterized as a fair for farm produce. But that's not all that there is to it. We have other things happening, and we'll be sharing with you pretty shortly on the show. It's my pleasure, to introduce on the show today Fares Al Ayadi. His role is too big, so I'll let him explain what he does. Also joining us is Business Development Officer with Interplast Limited. Guys, good morning and welcome to Breakfast Daily.
Thank you.
I like the white shirts. Next time I should bring one on the show so we can also wear it.
No problem.
Interesting. A lot of the time when people talk about Interplast pipes, that's what you do basically, right? Of course, connecting water, bringing water into our homes, offices, and all of that. But for a lot of people, we didn't really know that you're a major player in the agri space. In fact, clarify first of all your role with Interplast and the relationship this has with the agri sector.
Okay, good morning. Thank you for having us here. My name is Fares Al Ayadi. I'm the ingredient manager, the irrigation unit for Interplast.
Okay.
As you say, yes, Interplast, people know Interplast as pipes. We are in the pipes. We are, since 1970, we are 55 years in the market as a producer pipes, all type of pipes, PE pipe, PVC pipe, PPR pipe, so all the sector, what like construction, mining, carrying water, this is what people know about us. But since 2018, Interplast, we've been in the agriculture sector, whereas we have the drip irrigation system. So we have our machine, we're producing the drip, we're supplying water for the farmer. So if it's coming to Interplast, as we say, we're knowing about pipes, and we make it also for the farmers. So farmers usually need irrigation. Now, look about agriculture in the country. It's the backbone for the country. If you want your country to be strong, independent, so you should have agriculture. So it's the backbone for the country. And I will say the irrigation, what we carry, is the heart for the agriculture. With the climate change now, you cannot see. Yesterday was rain, tomorrow is not raining, 1 week rain. So temperature high, So farmer he like cannot farm anymore like as usual. So if you don't have irrigation, you cannot do more. And so at Interplast, we have full irrigation system. It's coming for drip irrigation, sprinkler, central pivot. So we are one-stop shop for the farmer.
So drip irrigation systems, the sprinkler, the PVC, any shape and form you want it.
It's one-stop shop. So
Interplast.
you come and you get everything you need for the farmer.
Interesting. So this helps in terms of crop yield for the farmers, right? And you make a really brilliant point around climate change and the effect on farming. You go to the north, you see it pretty clear.
Yeah.
We also understand that you run greenhouse projects. Can you just briefly talk to us about the role, your role in some of these really huge greenhouse projects you've seen in parts of the country?
So now, as I mentioned, like we are one-stop shop. So our irrigation can for all the type. If you have even like, let's say, starting from the trees, if you have trees, cocoa, we done for the cocoa. You have banana farm, pineapple farm. If you go for vegetable, all the type of vegetable. If it's coming like maize, rice, central pivot, we done irrigation for this one. Greenhouse, like we done irrigation project. So it's coming like, especially like let's say about greenhouse, as you mentioned, like all other farm, it can work by rain, but the greenhouse cannot because you are covering the soil. So you need to irrigation. You do the irrigation for this. So we done a lot of project like among from here, Accra, Kumasi, North, West. So we supply all this with irrigation. We have a lot of greenhouse we done there. Last one, okay, I think we done around Ibri, we have like Maroon Farm.
Okay.
I think it's beyond like, okay, I think 40 to 60 greenhouse.
Interesting.
Full vegetable like.
So for areas where they experience a lot of dry season farming, the answer is Interplast.
That's the idea. You know, what is give us advantage more than other company? First, we are local manufacturer. So comparing for other who bring only the product and supplying for the farmer, we are like manufacturing here to suit the solution for the Ghanaian.
So it makes it also cheaper, but quality.
Yeah.
Quality like is not something we should be like.
It's not negotiable. You don't even have to talk about it.
That's like I will not talk about.
Because that's a given.
Yes, please. This is not time to discuss about quality. Like.
I love that.
So,
is that quality? You don't even
at all. No, we can't do. So
Interesting.
the idea is as much we manufacturing here. Like okay, first the farmer like he don't want to bring a huge quantity. Like even he want 1 coil, 100 coil, 1,000, 2 today, tomorrow. So what we say like Interplast store is your store. Anytime you want to come, you pick. Second about like spare part. Usually like most people who bring the irrigation from outside, he bring the container. After he sell it, he bring a new item. Will not suit you what you need. The spare part is available in Interplast.
Yeah, let me come to Baba. She's business development, right? I'm really wondering how you convinced management to be a part of this.
Right.
What should patrons expect when they come to your stand at the Agri Fair this weekend?
We want them to expect nothing but the best. You know, over time, the world is now moving from the traditional irrigation methods to climate smart irrigation.
Sure.
And that is what Interplast is out there for. That is what we are looking to give to our patrons coming. So we say, are you looking at that farm, that garden you want to do? You've been hustling with irrigation, this dry season thing we've been talking about. Come to our stand. We have climate smart irrigation solutions for you. As we mentioned earlier, we are manufacturers of the drip irrigation solution. We have sprinkler irrigation systems done right here in our country, which are adapted to our climatic condition here. So you know you are rest assured that you have the best quality going out for you. Aside that, we have amazing whooping discounted packages.
Oh, really?
For those coming to our stand years. I think the one we had earlier this year, after the fair, we had people call in to say, oh, guys, when next are we having this discount? Because it was a very good one. We had lots of our patrons very excited about that. So what we want them to expect is much more of that during this weekend.
Interesting. Faris, I want to believe that beyond the irrigation projects you do, the drip, the sprinkler, you also, on the farm, you also support agri-processing factories, right? So if somebody has a factory into like value addition on agri products, you can go in there and lay pipes to help them scale up.
Yes, like as you mentioned, it's not only like as irrigation, you know, this is our like specific like we go irrigation, but we go beyond this one. We have a lot of like, okay, I think some farm, they have their own like houses where they like do drying fruit or something. Even in installation, we sell like, as you say, Interplast, we have TNG. So they install our TNG. Even they want like piping, so to have water for washing fruit, drying the food. So like us, when we speak about pipes, we say we're covering all the sector.
All the sectors.
From A to Z. So you
Wow.
don't
So
like
agri
have any
services.
house in Ghana unless you see like Interplast about that could be there.
We say wherever you are, we make sure water reaches you, even space.
I was saying to Baba and yourself before the show that your advert on the kids drumming is like one of the most iconic arts that we've seen. Bring it back to Channel One TV. Interesting. In 30 seconds each, I'll start off with you first. It's a question I asked Baba. I'd want to hear from you as well. What should patrons expect when they come to your stand as well?
Look, as she mentioned, Baba, like we give a lot, but let's say again, I will say something unique at Interplast. We are not looking for sales. We're looking about capacity building. So we want the farmer know why he needs the irrigation. So a lot of farmers coming to our stand or like even to the office. Oh, I need like 5 acre. I need 6 acre. So we try. No, wait. Did you have enough water? Did you have like facility to do this one? So we are not looking for sales. We're looking about the farmer
capacity building.
Exactly, to be sure like this is what he need. And after when we see like the farmer, he can carry on like, okay, we can support. So that's the idea. We're not looking for sales. We're looking about to share the knowledge and capacity building. That's the most important. As an Interplast, we feel for the country.
I love this. I love the sound of that. You feel for the country.
Yes, that's
amazing.
We are a Ghanaian company. We should like, okay, support the country.
55 years.
Yes.
That's a long time.
Yes.
Wow.
And just to mention, we have our full technical team on site. We have the full team in charge to take role of anyone who want to come in with any solution you need for your farm.
Interesting. In 20 seconds, look into the camera and tell our viewers out there why you are a standout, right? Why it should be Interplast and not anyone else.
At Interplast, our focus is about giving the right solutions you need. We have lots of farmers who mostly do complain about, okay, I have this irrigation system, but then I'm still facing this challenge. What we are giving you and promising you is the best solution. You are not coming to just pick materials. You are coming to get that relaxation and comfort you've been seeking for your farm, for your homes. Aside that is the best quality we are giving you. So look nowhere. Come to our stands. We are so willing to welcome you and give you the best solution you need.
Interesting.
Thank you so much.
You heard there, Dory Baba Asante, Business Development Officer with Interplast. Right. Also joining her was Faris Al Ayadi, who is a greenhouse irrigation manager.
In-Green, like the brand for the irrigation.
Okay, okay. So In-Green Irrigation.
Yes, it's the brand of irrigation for Interplast.
Wow, so and you are the manager for that.
Right.
No, my boss went out to say, you're a big man.
No, we are a small boy.
No. You can't be a small boy and 55 years. You know, you can't be 55 years and be a small boy.
That's interesting.
You know, we are grateful for your time. Thank you so much for supporting the vision, right? So, like they said, it's not really about making money. It's about capacity building. You know, helping farmers maximize and also scale up. That's what time will allow us for an exciting conversation on Ghana's biggest agri-fair happening on the 28th, 29th, and the 30th of November at the IFWA Sutherland Children's Fair. Guys, you don't want to miss out. I'll be back after this break.
Uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
I'm
the second coming.
Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Trotro from Kaswa dear. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late, of course.
Star 712 hash, Star 712 hash. Yeah, you go feel the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From Natepia, cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go feel be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go feel be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
boom. If you put it toye, so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Ha! Even now, your shadow the way designer.
I use my own mouth to reject him. Oh, this is my mouth. Look at that.
Kwame, my son. Now, tell me the truth. How did this all happen?
Oh, mommy, simple direction. Mr. Goodluck no check me well.
Yeah,
ma.
Easy car. Or dial star 712 hash. The devil is a liar. He picked his ticket and entered his lucky 5-digit number.
I'm a baby.
Oh, how romantic.
And he followed the prompt. Yes. And then boom. Confirmation test.
One quick, pick 5 numbers for me, okay? I'm feeling like 7.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the
You see how they love you now?
Yo, do you have family payment? Before December, maybe release a motivational album. Patapa, my super.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
This is AFCON, my friend. Everything is a competition. Everything.
Join our family for AFCON Morocco 2025 from 21 December to 18 January. Available on DSTV and GoTV.
Welcome back to your favorite TV, or let me say weekday TV show, Breakfast Daily, right here on Channel 1 TV. My name is Jude Duncan, sitting in for your regular host, Philip, and of course,
Chris Carter.
Yeah, Charlie. Oh, that'll be the whole story. Oh, it makes some way. Anyway, guys, it's now time for us to come into your communities. A big part of what we do on this show is that we tell your story, right? Just like our tagline right here at Channel 1 TV says, we come into your communities, we bring out the real issues. And on that note, we heading straight to Kaswa in the Ewutu Senya, district, where clearly for parents, it's very difficult for them because their wards have to deal with very difficult circumstances when they have to seek health care. Why is it an issue? We are being told that there is no properly functioning pediatric lab in the whole of Kaswa, and it's clearly becoming unbearable for parents and healthcare seekers. Let's show you this brief report. We'll be back to look into the details.
The Kaswa Polyclinic serves more than 300,000 residents in the Ewutu Senya East municipality and receives patients from Ewutu Senya West, Gomua East, and Ga South. It is also a major referral point for motor accident victims. Yet, the facility has only 40 beds across its male, female, and maternal wards, and no dedicated pediatric ward, despite children making up half of all admissions. As a result, child patients are mixed with adults. A practice health staff say compromises care.
Unfortunately, we don't have a ward dedicated for pediatric care. Therefore, we mix them up with a female and a male adults. And that is the situation that we have here. And per our data, they form about 50% of the client that we admit here every day. The treatments for pediatrics are different. It's quite different from the adults, male and female. And therefore, there should be even a pediatrician who should, a medical officer specialized in pediatric care, and nurses who are also specialized in that care, so that they'll be able to give that specialist care. But we don't have it here because we don't have the structure.
Administrators at the polyclinic say the need for a dedicated pediatric ward is now urgent.
We need a facility as urgently as now. 5
out of 10 admissions in this facility are children. And once we are having these numbers and we are having to mix them with the adults, use a very small space for them, the inconvenience and the breaches it brings in the quality of care delivery, it's a lot. So once this project is done, it's really going to make a difference. We are going to have a safe space to manage our children. We can even admit more children, and then we can be able to save more lives.
Awutu Senya East Municipal Health Director, Dr. Stanley Yeidu, says the municipality's two major public facilities, the Polyclinic and the Mother and Child Hospital, have a combined capacity of under 100. While the Polyclinic lacks a pediatric ward, the Mother and Child Hospital has only 10 pediatric beds, making expansion crucial.
We don't have a dedicated pediatric ward for the kids. And even when you go to Mother and Child, on a very busy day, the pediatric ward there is not able to hold the numbers that come. And so that is why this project is very important. How can you have a municipality as big as this and you don't have more than 15-bed capacity pediatric ward? It's an error. And so this construction of a 30-bed capacity pediatric ward is a very big step to make sure that we provide the service, the quality of care that our children need. In Mother and Child, we have a neonatal intensive care unit. It's a very small space. If you go and see, it's a very, very small space. And I'm hoping that apart from this children's block, going forward, we'll have a dedicated neonatal intensive care unit also at Casa Polyclinic. Because sometimes when the children are born, in the first 28 days, some of them have challenges, and we need a dedicated place to be able to take care of them.
Traditional leaders are also calling on government for immediate intervention.
Yes, Rabbi say omo money na ombua. Is a kaswa kuna ekesi. O say your private hospital ni be in fact polyclinic dey ya nkrofo ta ko pa anopa wi anajo de bia omo ye djuma ho. Te be Rabbi no. So man ni nko na mo bia o so de boa mo na hospital no otumi de aboa mo.
To address the challenge, authorities are constructing a 30-bed pediatric unit at the Kaswa Polyclinic. MC Yiset Sabasa Wonobanini tells Channel 1 News that several interventions are underway to expand access to quality health care.
By the grace of God, cut short for the addition of a pediatric block that will be adding 30 solid beds to what we have now. As we speak, the polyclinic is only managing 42 beds for over 25 years. This is one significant step that we have taken to help solve our health issue.
So that's the state of affairs in Kaswa in the Awutu Senya East District here in Ghana. Over 300,000 population, and this is according to the 2018 housing and census report, and there's no single pediatric ward. It makes you wonder now, if children have emergencies and they need pediatric care, they have to come all the way to Accra and sometimes go further, as far as Cape Coast to seek, health care, and that is completely unbearable for the children, their guardians. I was going to say their guidance, their guardians. It's a very difficult situation to be in, and it makes you wonder over the years what have we been doing in the area.
For me, as I watched this, the only thing that came into my mind, God has been good to them. Like, it's wild to think about them having hospitals or even giving birth without having pediatric labs. It's the problem. So how do you assess the babies at birth? How would you know there's a developmental problem? How would you know that a child has anemia? How would you know if there's something going on with the child, especially with infections and all that?
Yeah.
It's just too much to deal with, and I really cannot comprehend the whole issue, honestly.
So, there's a reason why pediatric care is very important, right? Because, again, we know how there's just a general healthcare, problem in this country in terms of the resources we allocate to healthcare facilities in the country. On many occasions, in fact, the Ghana Pediatric Society, their president, Dr. Hilda Manteboy, is a very good friend. She calls to talk to me about some of the issues in the sector. You get a sense that they are doing so much, but they are so limited in terms of their resources, right? And there's so much more we should be doing. You go to the Children Oncology Center in Kolebu, for example. Like, the doctors work their heads off, but they don't feel like they get the same level of support from government.
Well,
so it's a very difficult place for them to be in.
Right. So we actually have Ernestina on the line, and Ernestina is the manager for the nurses at the polyclinic, at the Kaswa Polyclinic. Let's talk to her, and she can break down the whole situation. Hi, Ernestina.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right. So the polyclinic clearly has no pediatric lab. How have you been managing?
All right. So thank you so much. I think it's a privilege, and I want to say a very good morning to all your listeners, and then the workers of your agency where you're working.
Right.
And honestly, Kaswa Polyclinic wasn't a polyclinic. It started as a health post. Then it became a health center. Then gradually it became a polyclinic. So it has transitioned within the time. Therefore, there hasn't been much emphasis on getting a pediatric unit at the beginning, before it was a health center. But when the management, that was about 5 years ago, the management that was on board operated, or they had their standard operation guidelines, it was part of their objective to establish a pediatric ward.
All right. So in that 5 years, how have you been managing? Where are children kept? How are children tested? How are children evaluated in all these 5 years?
Right. So thank you so much for the question. So we know we have the maternity unit, we have the emergency unit fully in operation, we have the wards, 2 wards. We have male and female, but it's male and female adult wards. So all this while, when we should have babies or pediatrics who will have to access care, if it's a medical care, it means that the child will have to be admitted on the adult male or female ward. If it's a child that was given birth to but needs some assessment, that is before 2 weeks, the child is admitted back at the maternity unit where all the adults are. So we have their corner door, but then we don't have the full set that is to take care of kids when they are in need of care.
Right, but how important is a pediatric unit? Because from what you're saying, or from what I'm hearing, they manage the same wards as the adults, so the male and the female. But how important is it for a hospital or a polyclinic to have a stand-alone room for the pediatric?
Yes, thank you so much. So it has become very important. That was after I had the opportunity to go for a workshop about 3 years ago, where we were charged to ensure that a pediatric unit is constructed or we get a pediatric ward. So when I came back, I discussed with management of its importance. So though it was in their strategic plan, there is a need for us to pay attention. Why? Because a pediatric should be taken care of by a pediatrician. So pediatrics have their own doctors. They are supposed to get their own nurses because it's a specialty. Kids, the medication given to kids are different. So pediatrics are different from the adults. The care given is also different. Their wards are different because it's well arranged in such a way that they will have the necessary comfort and the healing as needed. And then those who work in the unit are also well trained, and there's a special in-service training meant for them because they are turning to pediatrics or the pediatrics.
Yeah.
So it is not general as we think, because, excuse my language, if there is a pharmacy or there's a health center, if a child is sick, you take the person to the health center. So whatever is done, you are just praying that things are done well. But there is a need, you know. Kaswa Polyclinic has the whole of Ewutu Senya and beyond. So we almost about 50 to 60% of our admissions are pediatrics. So getting the ward for them is going to go a long way for us to be able to deliver quality care to the pediatrics.
Right.
And then we'll prevent the transmission of infection from adults to the children.
Right. Right. So how many pediatrics do you have there? And are they able to manage the number of children that come in there each day?
Please come again.
How many pediatrics do you have there? How many pediatric doctors do you have there?
We have none. We have none. So we have medical officers. So it's the general medical officers who have knowledge in managing pediatrics. But then it's the general. It's for the general care of the clients over there. So we don't have a pediatrician. The moment we get a unit for that, then a pediatrician will be posted to the place. And then some of the nurses who have also gone. So as I'm talking to you, some of my nurses are being enrolled in the school to pursue pediatric nursing. But by the time they come back and then the ward is ready, we just roll.
All right. So who have you actually told, or who have you actually complained to about this issue? Because from what you said, it's been going on for about 5 years. And within that 5 years, what has been done?
All right. So I happen to be at the polyclinic since 2022. That was when I was transferred from Infantaman, the Brewer Polyclinic specifically. And so when I came, I met, you know, we have volunteers from foreign countries who come to assess and then check how we also deliver our health care, compare it to theirs. And then so we came in contact with some of them, and I told them about the vision, that I wish they assist us to put up a pediatric unit because it is important. Some of them come purposely to assess how the care is for pediatrics. But when they come, it's like because they are messed up. So when I spoke to them, they agreed. Then their agency, that is the Wayers NGO, they are also in Kaswa. I spoke to the authorities, and last year we wrote a proposal for them to assist us. They brought us some money to be able to purchase some equipment if it is established. So Wayers have been with us all this while. And then when my the new medical superintendent, Dr. Awo Johnson, also took office this year, June, we had to visit the MC and then discuss with the MC about it.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, see, thank you so much for your hard work, Ernestina. And we know the circumstances under which sometimes you nurses have to work. But just by way of information, is the Pediatric Society of Ghana in touch with you on some of these issues you've been raising?
Right. So, anytime, normally, no, I have to be very honest with you. We haven't, but we have plans in place to contact them because we normally have to, report through our bosses to the national level. So it is still part of the plan that we have. And so we are going to do that as soon as possible.
Yeah, okay. Because they have the training, they have the resources, so it would be great if you could reach out to the Pediatric Society of Ghana so you can, collaborate on some of these projects that you are embarking on. But thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the hard work, and deep commitment to, service to your nation. We are grateful. So you had the nurse in charge.
It's actually a very pathetic situation, and really more grace to their elbows because they have no pediatric training. Yeah, they're just general doctors and nurses, but they have taken upon themselves to take care of these children, because at the end of the day, the children can't be sent anywhere. They are all in the municipality, and they have to come to that same hospital maybe because of what the parents can afford. So yeah, kudos to them. But honestly, it's just it also makes sense. I was sad that they don't have a pediatrician, but then again, for what she explained was that as soon as they get the pediatric ward and lab, that's when a pediatrician will step in. But I also think that a pediatrician can actually step in now, because the children are not waiting for a lab.
Yeah, but they will have to go through the whole process of like government appointment, you know, putting a person on payroll. It can be a lot, but this is serious business, so it should be done.
It's actually serious business. So we need someone that knows children. The children are not waiting for you to say, hold on, we are training people now. The children are not waiting. Pregnant women don't stop their pregnancy. They don't pause the pregnancy at 7 months.
And so you are waiting for a pediatrician.
Waiting for a pediatrician to go and do his course and then come back. Then when the person comes back, they press play and then they give birth. No. Like, life is moving. So to tell me that you're waiting for the ward to be fixed first, or for the pediatric lab to be built first,
it's a stretch,
before you bring in a pediatrician, I have a problem, because people do not pause their lives for you. The children are not saying pause, okay, we'll stop our years of growing. No, we're waiting for you. Nah. I don't know. It's just a lot. But like I said, I feel like God is with them. I don't want to be religious, but
there's a funny joke we say in Ghana about how, you know, insurance companies go out to try and sell insurance, and they tell them that, oh, God is an insurer, right? So they'd rather pray than sign up to an insurance package. And you can say save pretty much for the health sector in Ghana. It's really God that takes care of us, but that doesn't take away the fact that we need duty bearers to be minded about the very serious issues in our healthcare sector. You get a sense that the health minister is trying his best to improve general conditions with regards to healthcare delivery in the country. But it goes beyond just the capacity of the health minister to bring reforms. You need a country that has properly thought through its health systems, right? Usually when healthcare issues come, it's usually looked at it from a procurement point of view. How much money can we make? But we need that mindset shift. We need to be able to say that, see, we are going to put the lives of the people first.
Right.
You know, and these are the very important soft issues we need to start looking at first before we begin all the conversations around this. Because look at the way doctors are even just leaving the country in
Talking
search
about
for
doctors,
better opportunities. So
we actually have Dr. Awo, who is on the line. She's the medical superintendent at the Kaswa Polyclinic. Hi, Doc.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning. You're welcome to Breakfast Daily.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm sure you already know the conversation, so let's get into it. First of all, how does it feel to be working in a place that has no pediatrician, not even one? Okay, we lost her right there. I guess...
so, yeah, Awo, you know what Awo means, right? Awo means mother.
Mother.
Yeah. So, see, the issues are the same. We need more investment. We need a country or a government that is particularly minded about shifting or changing the structure of the way things are done in this country, particularly with healthcare. You know, we need infrastructure. That is why, for me, I was so disappointed when the previous government said we're going to build Agenda 111, and we're not able to fully commission, or they commissioned, but we saw the state of affairs in some of these places. So we need a shift from seeing healthcare purely through partisan lenses, but rather, you know, seeing it through as a sense of commitment.
Patriotic thing,
exactly.
Instead of like partisan, you know.
Because at the end of the day, when you're lying on the hospital bed, your party card won't matter. Your voting history won't matter. You know, it will be about whether or not government has put in place the necessary, you know, systems to ensure that we can enjoy proper healthcare as mandated. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to have.
This is a very difficult conversation to have, but then again, we need to have some of these conversations to find a way to move forward. And I hope those in charge of, everything we just spoke about, sort of get up and be proactive, because like I said, children are not waiting for you. The world does not stop. The world keeps moving. Children are born every day, and they need to live because they are the future. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be having some conversations on AgriFair.
Well, hello and welcome to Entertainment Highlights on Breakfast Daily. My name is Ni Komite Kome, and this was proudly powered by GhanaWeekend.com. Now let's get into our first highlight. Now we commence on a rather sad note. William Ado, popularly known as Apache, and one of Ghana's most beloved actors, died on 22nd November 2025 after years of health struggles. As a veteran of stage and television, he earned fame through GTV Stars Day Theatre and built a respected career as an actor, director, lecturer, and cultural leader. Ado studied drama at the University of Ghana and later trained in the UK. He served in key positions at the National Theatre and the National Commission on Culture, mentoring many well-known creatives. Despite battling visual impairment in his later years, he remained a revered figure whose legacy continues to influence Ghana's arts community. What I really recall from this man is, why is the Lotto doctor not rich? We say rest in peace to William Ado. Now to our next highlight. Rapper Edem has announced that fellow artist Agbeko has finally accepted help and will enter rehabilitation after initially refusing multiple offers. Edem confirmed on 21st November that Agbeko reached out to say he was ready for treatment, and VRMG has arranged and funded his admission to Pantan Hospital. Earlier in the week, Edem had publicly shared his disappointment over failed efforts to get him into structured care. Agbeko, known for his hit Bototome, has previously admitted that drug addiction left him homeless, broke, and struggling with memory loss. Reggae legend Jimmy Cliff has died at age 81. He was a towering figure in Jamaican music. He helped popularize reggae worldwide with hits like Wonderful World, Beautiful People, and You Can Get It If You Really Want. Jimmy Cliff rose from poverty to global fame, later starring in The Harder They Come, the film credited with bringing reggae to America. Cliff enjoyed international success across 6 decades, earning Grammy Awards, working with the Rolling Stones, and entering the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. His wife announced he died after a seizure followed by pneumonia. Jamaica honored him with the Order of Merit, but Cliff often said the true measures of success was in the lives his music changed. We say rest in peace to this legend. Now let's get into Channel One TV's Top 10 Countdown.
Number 10. Number 9. Number 8.
See what we done. No be talk, we dey show working evidence they come. Till eternity.
Number 7.
When you're in Gadam, they am having gunsem. They have very
Number 6.
Yeah,
yes, you won't be a friend. Phone it at D&D. Yeah, King Guy PMP. Phone it at D&D. Number 5.
Every fine, every chick, colos, it's Shaumbo. Now my erythro. Yadania Koshifo. Oh my Esra.
Number 4.
All of my love for you. I'm no again, never want you.
Number 3.
Don't see me like a fool because I don't do giddy 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 giddy. Don't see me like a fool because I don't do giddy 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 giddy. Fire, fire. Jiri akamenko, enyi bi enyi yanko. I'm watching your bicycle oboju, so paddle no one so share. Injuria, first day I'm between the busia. Shazamina, Moshe Subeunda.
Number 1.
This is the Channel 1 Countdown.
And that's all for today's entertainment highlights on Breakfast Daily. Stay tuned for more exclusive stories, interviews, and viral moments from Ghana's vibrant entertainment scene. Visit GhanaWeekend.com and follow Ghana Weekend on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, and Facebook for your daily dose of showbiz buzz, music updates, and the behind-the-scenes action. Don't just read it, live it, share it, and stay plugged in. This was presented by Ni Komite Kome.
From our entertainment review segment, you're welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV. My name is Jude Duncan. We'll move on the conversation, and it's now time to talk about an institution that is really important as part of, a nation building effort. They play a major role, and they are up to an incredible initiative helped or aimed towards improving the state of our prisons. They are in studio to share more with us on this upcoming project. CSP Abdul Latif Adamu, who is Public Relations Officer of the Ghana Prison Service, is in studio. Good morning and welcome to Breakfast Daily.
Good morning and thank you for having me here.
Amazing. You guys are major. I was thinking you bring me some of the cup.
Don't worry, yours is there.
Mine is there. You have to give me some so that I wear it, so that you know that you are supporting. Amazing. Think Prisons 360.
Yes.
What's the idea behind this project?
Thank you very much. The idea is to reposition the prison service as a modern correctional institution that is charged to meet all the correctional needs of the inmates in custody. Yes, by way of reformation, rehabilitation, and social reintegration. The end result of which we should be public safety and promoting national development.
Interesting.
Yes.
So think Prisons 360 as in is a call on the general public to rethink the prison systems.
Exactly. Exactly. To rethink the prison system not as a mere place of warehousing, but as a system that has the capacity to reform and transform lives and the society.
Interesting.
Yes.
So the theme for this initiative is on reformation or promoting public safety.
Exactly.
Like you said. So promoting public safety through modern correctional practices and strategic
partnership.
Wow.
Yes.
So what are some of the strategic partnerships you're looking at?
Yes, we are looking at strategic partnership in the area of agric, because as we speak, the prisons institution is into agric, but most of our agricultural activities are done manually, which limits our potential.
Yeah.
So we believe that with the right partners coming in to help us with modern agricultural equipment, etc., we'll be able to cultivate the vast land that is made available to us.
Interesting.
Yes.
And just by way of information, it's important you remind viewers that you guys have one of the biggest farms in the country.
Yes.
And your livestock rearing is just amazing, because I remember during the first edition of the Agri Fair, everybody was looking for the Ghana Prison Service stand. because you brought goats, you brought livestock, you brought farm produce.
Exactly, you brought pigs.
So beyond your reformation work, you're also strong when it comes to, you know, other issues in the agric sector.
Yes, agric is a peculiar area for us because agric in prison plays a dual role. Yes, it plays the role of training inmates to acquire agricultural cultivation or agric skills. And also at the same time, it also plays the role of producing food to supplement what we get from government. And now with the Think Prisons 360, we are looking at also producing to support the food basket of Ghana.
Amazing.
Yes.
I love the sound of that. Yes. So as part of the Think Prisons 360 initiative, I'm sure there's a lineup of activities slated. It's beginning when? This month?
Yes. Let me mention that we commissioned one of our facilities at Damongo early this month. And at the commissioning, the President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, acknowledged the fact that November will be observed as month for prisons.
Oh, wow. So November has been declared the month for prisons.
Yes, for prisons.
Wow.
So this launch we are talking about launching November as the month for prisons under the broader umbrella of the Think Prisons 360 initiative.
Sounds great. So this is happening from the 24th to the 28th.
Exactly.
Of November.
Exactly.
No, Charlie, you guys are doing well. And as part of the activities, you have a symposium.
Yes, a symposium was held yesterday.
Okay.
Where officers were educated, sensitized on the whole initiative and the reasons and what it seeks to achieve. And today, which is Tuesday, we are embarking on flute. In fact, they are already in town.
That is why you are in your
exactly. From here, I'm joining them.
You didn't bring me some, but that is okay. Yes. Wow.
And tomorrow, Wednesday.
So the float is to create awareness.
Awareness.
Exactly. Tell people that this is what you're doing.
Yes, this is what is happening.
Yes. And what else is happening as part of the lineup of activities?
Yes. On Wednesday, tomorrow, is the actual lunch. Which is happening at the forecourt of the prison's headquarters. Yes, and that is where the Minister for the Interior will be in attendance, yes, as the special guest of honor.
Interesting.
And then alongside the lunch will be an exhibition section where we'll be exhibiting the product of prisons, the correctional tools we use, and as part of that will be an educational section for the youth on crime and how to stay away from crime. Yes, and this exhibition section will span from tomorrow to Friday. Wow. The 28th of November.
Your scope of work is not only on reformation and correctional, it's also to help prevent crimes through public education.
Exactly.
Sensitizing the public on issues and what could lead them into some of these correctional facilities.
Exactly.
Wow. Interesting. So the Interior Minister is going to be there on the day. As the special guest of honor.
The special guest of honor, because the prisons is under his ministry. Yes. So he will do as the honor of actually launching the month and then the initiative. Yes, for us. And together we are inviting other diplomatic, the members of the diplomatic corps are coming, other strategic partners we've been in business with. We can talk of the UNODC, Ministry of Agri, Ministry of Health. They are all coming on board because this initiative touches on almost every institution or ministry in Ghana.
Amazing. Yes. I see, this is great stuff. We congratulate the team for pushing this initiative. But just by way of information before you go, the state of the prisons, it's an issue that keeps recurring, congestion issues, the quality of meals there. We heard from the Interior Minister that the amount of money, allocated per prisoner for feeding has increased. And that was some great news coming in. But there are still general issues around even sanitary concerns. What's your PROs? I'm sure you know the issues top of the head. What are the issues with our prisons? And do we get a sense that as a service, you are working to address these?
Yes, I think that brings us back to the point of the Think Prisons 360 initiative. Because the initiative is here to address prison conditions. Yes, you're talking about overcrowding in our correctional facilities. The initiative makes provision or looks at collaborating with partners so we can get more purpose-built prison facilities. So that we can deal with the problem of overcrowding. Yes, and then talking about, I just want to mention them because of time, talking about issues of health.
Okay.
Yes, we are in serious talks with the Ministry of Health and other partners to look at how to revamp our infirmaries into clinics.
Okay. Sounds exciting.
Exactly, and we are also dealing with the pharmaceutical community so that we can be assured of constant supply of medication for both officers and inmates, because remember, the welfare of the officer always reflects on the inmates. Exactly.
Wow. The welfare of the officer reflects on the inmates. Interesting. I'm sure you are open for public support. So if there's a viewer out there who is impressed by this initiative and they want to support, they can do so, right?
Yes.
Are you accepting gifts and donations?
Yes, we are open to gifts, donations, and support from all aspects. We are so, even as part of the Think Prison initiative, we have a special initiative, and then prison business and wealth creation.
Okay.
And that is an initiative that welcomes the public who wants to do business with us. Yes, because currently, recently, the president announced that he has given us 30% concession on the sewing of school uniforms.
Yes.
And he also gave us, I think, 25 or so concession.
But you have capacity for projects like that?
Yes, with a little support, we can meet the demand. And so that is why we are calling for well-meaning Ghanaians and other institutions who are ready to partner us in these areas. So talking about the meeting the capacity for the uniforms, we have workshops where inmates are trained how to sew. So what we need now are modern sewing machines.
And that is where the public support and corporation support comes in. Amazing. Exactly. Maybe one time you should come again so we have an extended conversation on, the prison systems here in Ghana, some of the other incredible work you are doing within the space. But I'm so grateful for your time. In 20 seconds, watch the camera and tell the public why they should, come and support and why they should keenly follow this initiative of Think Prisons 360. So the camera is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. The Think Prisons 360 is for all of us. It emphasizes rethinking about the prison system. Because our Director General made a remarkable statement at the Public Accounts Committee where she said, we never know who our next guest is. We are all potential prisoners.
It can be a politician.
Exactly. So let's all support in making the prisons a better place so that either yourself, a relative, a friend, accidentally ends up there. The person will get very good treatment. The person can be taken through modern reformation and rehabilitational systems to really enhance their well-being. So yes, we welcome you all to our lunch tomorrow at the prison's headquarters and to the exhibition of our prison produce.
Thank you so much, CSP Abdul Latif Adamu is also Public Relations Officer at the Ghana Prison Services. You might never know who the next client is. Please target those who have taken state money and are hiding it under their bed. Anyway, so that's all time will allow us for this important conversation. Guys, big ideas. We need to support it. Think Prisons 360. Laudable idea. Let's all, in our own little way, support to make the prisons a much better place for our inmates, our brothers and sisters who are currently in some of these correctional facilities. But thank you so much for your time this morning. We'll take you to the Horticulture Improvement Center. They were on the show. Chris had an exciting conversation with them on the big agri-fair project that's coming up here at Channel One TV and City FM. So the Ghana Horticulture Institute, I beg your pardon. This Chris had a conversation with them, and we'll bring you this interview pretty shortly.
All right, welcome back. It's still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel One TV. And right now we're about to have a conversation. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. So we have the Ghana Institute of Horticulturists here. So in studio with me is Edem Kojodo, who's the chairman, Publicity and Media Committee, and then AGM and Scientific Conference. And Mr. Philip Quay, who is the Vice President and AG Treasurer of the Ghana Institute of Horticulturists. You're all welcome.
Thank you, madam. Fine, thank you.
All right, so we're going to be talking about your 25th anniversary general meeting and scientific conference. Tell me all about it. First of all, let's get straight into it. What's the Ghana Institute of Horticulturists? What are they known for?
Ghana Institute of Horticulturists was established in 1997 by a group of academics and professionals with the aim of helping the horticulture sector. And it includes persons from all allied professions, architects, engineers, horticulturists, agric. So the aim is to help the nation first in combating the issue of climate change and also help in economic development, because the horticulture subsector has a lot of potential. So that's what GHI stands for.
Right. And this 25th anniversary general meeting, what's the aim for it?
So this year we're looking at how we can advance research and also grow the business part of horticulture, and looking at how horticulture Ghana Institute of Horticulture started. It started to improve professional standards of the professionals in the industry. So this year we're looking at how to combine science, job creation, and also advance the professional skills of the professionals in horticulture. So this is what this year's event is about. So when you look at the team, it talks about advancing research and also growing the business part of the sector.
So how important is research to this too?
Yes, research is very critical because horticulture is both an art and a science. So if you are doing art and science, because of the science part, you need research to be able to help the professionals on the field. You need to tell farmers or professional horticulturists on the field that these are the current trends, current seedlings, current seeds that can adapt to climate change. These are the kind of fertilizers you can use to improve yield. So research is very critical in all that we do as professional horticulturists. So without research, you cannot be talking about job creation. Without research, you cannot be talking about improved seeds. Without research, you cannot be talking about job creation. So research is very critical in everything science that we do. Because science is an evidence-based thing. So without research, you will not be able to come out with new technologies, new trends, new improved seeds, and new professional practices in the industry.
So how does this conference benefit, say, a new horticulturist, someone that just joined the industry?
Yeah, so for instance, the 3-day event talks about the first day we look at how to present an invited paper, issues of demand-driven research, where young horticulturists who want to be members or who are already members to be inducted, they will learn from various academics on the new research that they are publishing. We also have people who have come up with new research works they've done in various areas, i.e. crops, horticulture crops, ornamental plants, nutrients and landscaping, indoor landscaping and all that. So at this conference, for the 3 days, we will get people to speak about the various sectors of horticulture where these young ones can learn about the industry and also grow in it. It's also an opportunity to network with other senior professionals and academicians in the industry.
So Mr. Quay, what would you say is the role of the Ghana Institute of Horticulture?
The Ghana Institute of Horticulture has a big role. When you look at the team, we have business agenda. The horticulture subsector can, could save the nation a lot of things because of the value chain. We have the producers, we have the haulage, we have the packaging, a whole lot. And horticulture is one area currently Ghana is grappled with the issue of environmental degradation, galamsey and the rest. Horticulture is one thing we can use to salvage the situation. Because by planting our trees, we can use our plants to remediate the harm which have been caused. In the past, if we were going from Aimensa to Pantan Junction, when they did the road, there were trees deliberately planted along the road. But now when you go, you see that some are not there. Those that you see are not there is because people deliberately cut them so that their shops or their stores could be seen. but they don't know that if the trees were there, it could even attract more people. So when we pay heed to horticulture, we wouldn't even be interested in digging our gold from the soil, because even flowers alone can become a big game changer for Ghana.
Right. So I'm just going to ask you a question that is off this now, but because you mentioned Galamsey, right? Yeah. So is the Horticulture Institute the Ghana Horticulture Institute working together with the government, or have you proposed to work with the government to find a way to salvage this problem of Galamsey?
Well, so this is one of the advocacy. We try to, every annual AGM, we bring out a communique, we present to the government. But when it comes to these things, we need people to accept before it can. So we have not been very effective that way. So we need the advocacy, like the platform you have given us now.
Yeah. Well, that's actually very interesting. And what is this year? Obviously, you said the theme is advancing research and business agenda for rapid growth of horticulture industry. Now, what's going to be the difference from this year and last year? Like someone who was there last year, like what new or what's exciting thing are you going to bring to this year's own?
Yeah, so it's definitely going to be different because different people, different participants, and also different venue. So last year we had the AGM in KNUST in Kumasi. So this year we're having it at the UDS guest house at Cantonments, Accra. So that's one difference. And two, new knowledge has come up, new things has come up, new trends has come up. So we're going to learn new things in the industry. Because for science, every day there's a new discovery. So this year there's a new discovery that we're going to have conversations around. We're going to meet other new people to network with in the industry. So those are some of the new things we'll be looking at when we engage the general public from Wednesday, the 26th of November, to Friday, the 28th of November.
I like the fact that you're actually doing this, but what are your thoughts on our agri-fair?
Yes, it's been so interesting. I was part of the first one. Yeah, I was there at the First Sutherland Park. And the first day, people bought all the things. So I realized the farmers could not have enough to come. So I'm looking at how we could tie the season with the fair so that people can get enough products to buy at the fair. But I think CTTV or Channel One is doing a great job when it comes to the agri-fair. It's really bringing the farmers' produce to the doorstep of the consumer.
And how important is it for the industry to be sustainable when it comes to food production, or even sustain the horticulture industry here in Ghana? Yeah,
so one of the things we need to sustain, one, is the people. We need to encourage young people into the industry, because without people, the industry cannot be sustainable. And two, we need to look at sustainable funding. Because without funding, there are certain things. Research costs a lot, so you need a lot of funding to be able to carry out research throughout the year. So funding is also another thing we can use for sustainability. And the third one will be intentionality. We need to be intentional about the industry. Because if you're not intentional with something, you don't put much investment into it. So we need to actually find ways to actually intentionally put certain kind of funding in place of that, and also get young people from the basic level to inculcate the idea of the career horticulture into them. So those are some of the things we can do for sustainability.
Right. So, Mr. Kwe, before I let you go, what are your final words to people to invite them? Okay, first of all, is it open to everybody?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so just invite the people.
Hello, I warmly welcome you to the 25th AGM. There are a lot of things to learn. Sometimes people think that horticulture is just flowers. It involves fruit production, it involves vegetable production, and that value chain is so much money. So I invite everybody to come and learn and unlearn. Thank you very much.
Right. So it's on the 26th and to the 28th of November 2025 at the UDS Guest House, Cantonments, Accra. Yes. Any final words?
Yes, so I just want to tell the people that this year's all is going to be about science, people, and plants. So let's come and dig deeper into science, and then how to learn about plants and how we can use plants as a tool for environmental sustainability.
All right.
So you've got to be there.
All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We've been speaking about the 25th anniversary General Meeting and Scientific Conference of the Ghana Institute of Horticulturists. And we spoke to Edem Kojodo, who's the chairman and publicity and media Committee, AGM and Scientific Conference, and also Philip Quay, Vice President and AG Treasurer of the Ghana Institute of Horticulturists. So if you do not have anything to do and you're interested in being in this industry or want to know more about plants and know even how to get into this industry as a business, or you have an interest for it, just have to be there at the UDS Guest House Cantonments from the 26th to the 28th November 2025. Anyway, it's been a great conversation that we had. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be back with more.
Welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV. Just gone by an exciting conversation with Chris and the team from Horticulture.
Yeah, the Ghana Institute of Horticulturists.
Amazing. We'll take you now to Parliament, where the majority is currently holding a press conference to brief the public on the ongoing Ghana lithium deal. Member of Parliament for Esutifi South and the former Works and Housing Minister, Collins Dauda, is the one addressing the press conference.
And pass. I can see, talking to many people in this country and also in Parliament, that the preferred number is 10. But we don't have the capacity to say it's 10%, 11%, or 12%. That lies with the minister. So that has to be left with the minister. The committee has advertised the agreement, seeking public opinion on the agreement. I am aware, and I've read several views and positions on